What's up, and welcome to the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is, man. Hopefully, everybody is enjoying themselves and, having a good day today, because why wouldn't we be having a good day? I mean, we are alive, right? If you're alive, it's a great day because you're alive. I mean, shoot, when you think of it like that, you can't go wrong, baby. You cannot go wrong. But obviously, for today, exciting as always, man. Got to recap, obviously, man, the picks from last week, man. Your boy had a good week. I'm not gonna hold you, man. The picks were picking. Everything was in order. So we'll talk about that along with some of the matchups that we're looking forward to in week 8 around the NFL, man, and obviously how that can have some implications within the division. All right. Got to stay tracked there. We obviously know we win the division, keeps us where we want to be, baby. All right. That's rule number 1. That's step number 1, objective number 1. Before we could get a postseason, we got to take care of regular season first. All right. So for sure, looking forward to that. Next up, around, let's see, probably around 5:30 time frame, Eastern Standard Time, of course. We will be joined by TaNeisha from @ReallyFlowedFootball. Shout out to her. She'll be joining us for Victory Formation, where we give you the hard-hitting preview for this here Packers Sunday night football matchup. Man, we got the Gold Dome on Gold Dome throwback unis. Oh, we can't wait. Can't wait. It's going to be an absolute blast, baby. You already know that, man. So, like I said, excited about that. And your boy going to be stepping feet. He going to be putting his 10 toes in the soil. You know what I'm saying? Got to come out there and see it in person. So I'm super duper excited about that. Y'all know pregame interview. We'll be joined by my guy, Ryan Shazier, former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. We obviously know. And yeah, man, super excited to get a chance to talk to him again, this time live at the stadium. Like I said, 90 minutes before kickoff. FedEx Great Hall right next to the team store. Make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. All right. If you are in the building on Sunday night, pull up, man. Check out the interview live and, say what's happening. Get a picture, autograph, all that good fun stuff, man, from Shazier, from me as well. And if you can't make it, because we obviously know lives be livin', we obviously will have that interview on the channel as well, man, like we did. I think, who was the most recent one we did? It's been a minute since we've been at the crib, low-key, because we had the bye week. And then the Thursday night game. Who was it? Oh, Trey Essex. I was like, I felt like I forgot who the last person was. Trey Essex was that last person that we had in terms of doing our live interviews at the stadium. Prior to that, we had Ryan Mundy. But if you go on to the channel, obviously, you'll see all the different people we've had up there at various points, man. So certainly a vibe, man. But like I said, man, that's for Sunday's activities. So shout out the yins that will be in the building on Sunday. Because like I said, man, that's going to be one of the ones right there, baby. For sure, for sure. But let me see. Before we get too deep in this thing, man, do want to pay the bill on the front end. Just get it out. You know what I'm saying? Stay ahead of time. Because what happens is this. If I don't pay it within the first 5 minutes, I'm going to forget. And once I forget, it's over. All right. So let's go ahead and pay this bill real quick. Yeah, you know what time it is, baby. Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. We talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, reliable, and one of my personal favorites, baby, because everything that they offer. We talking about same-game parlays. We talking about prop bets. We talking about a lot of things to give you some options of how you want to, potentially make some more moolah. But on top of that, one of the cool things about DraftKings and what we are offering over here is the promo code. And as you can see with the promo code Moats, for my new customers, when you make that initial bet of $5, when you use that promo code Moats, you will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. It is that simple. Super cool. And yeah, one of the things that I definitely like about them, but at the same time, you might develop a gambling problem. You might need some assistance. Well, if you live in New York, you see the number that you can text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800 100 gambler. I said, you better call 1-800 All right. Shout out to paying them bills on occasion. All right. Like I said, man, stay ahead of it. All right. Because if I wait too long, I'm for sure going to forget. All right. But I do like the fact that y'all are here talking about that good old church vibes. I see you here, Sequoia Harris. You already know, man. Every once in a while, you got to give them that good old foot stomping, hand clapping. You know what I'm saying? But definitely dig in that, baby. And shout out to the support. Also, y'all hearing the vocals. I see you, Tom J, the JG Wentworth. Yo, you are funny on the JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. Yeah, I ain't called you. I used to remember the commercial, bro. That's funny, bro. All right, I like it. Let's go, man. Let's go. And X Concert says you got to sing, well, dial and digits. I would agree. I think that they go hand in hand. These are the digits to dial, but if you're not singing them while you're dialing them, you're going to forget. So hopefully you'll remember that if it ever came to one of those scenarios, man. Shout out to Car. He says, yo, New York gambling addicts need different treatment. It's the two numbers. I ain't going to hold you. I don't even know. Look, I don't make up the rules, okay? I don't make up the fine print. But what I tell you for sure, that's a point of emphasis. These are two separate numbers. One's for New York, it was for everybody else. I'm like, all right, I got you, bro. So yeah, I don't know about the cards, but yeah, man, shout out to the New Yorkers. I used to live in New York, so I get it, okay? I get it. So yeah, but whew. Shout out, man. But let's get it going, man. Shoot, let me know too, man. Where y'all tuning in from, man? Let's go ahead and drop it in the comment section where you tuning in from, so I can get a big boy shout out to start today's show. But you know we ain't gonna start it for real. I just want to give you the shout outs on the front end, show you a little love, and hit that like button and subscribe. Also, if you are new to the channel, man, shout out to y'all joining as well, man. What up, Leah Warren? Shout out to you in the 254 Colleen, Texas. Yeah, always a pleasure when you in the building. You know that. Let's go. Oh, and there you go. I do see you in the building, Jamie Carlo, all the way in the 321 Melbourne, Florida. Shout out. All right, Sequoia Harris, you seen Carf highlighting how you New Yorkers have a certain number that y'all got to dial that's different than everybody else. But shout out to you in the 718 Bronx, New York. And he says, love the show, man. I appreciate the support. And another thing, I do also appreciate the way that y'all be pulling up, man. I'll just be randomly walking around, whether I'm calling a high school football game, whether I'm in the grocery store getting gas, at a sporting event, and the amount of people that just come up, hey, yo, Moats, rock with the show, man. I rock with the podcast, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man, from the heart. It's always good to hear some of that and feel some of that feedback in person, all right? So I do appreciate y'all, man, okay? But yeah, all love, man. But shout out to Sequoia Harris and shout out to them New Yorkers, man. All right, y'all New Yorkers, man. Carth on your head. He said, yo, why y'all got a special number that y'all call and text and everybody else got this general number? What's going on with New York? I don't know, baby. I do not know, but shout out to the New Yorkers. And I see your man in fresh all the way in the Sin City, baby. Shout out to Vegas. And what up, Brandon Del Toro, tuning in from Modesto, California, the 209. He says, we missed the big dog this week. No, respect on that, man. Respect on that. Hey, and I love to see X Concepts in the building breaking off with that positivity in the 724 Claridge, PA. And he says, we Super Bowl bound, not hearing that other nonsense. And I agree. One of the things that I always like to say in my personal life, You are what you tell yourself you are. Meaning, if I wake up every morning and I say, bro, you are a broke, busted, disgusted failure of a life. You suck at being a husband, a father. You suck at everything. Why are you here? Do you think I'm going to have a positive day? Do you think we're going to have a positive show, positive interactions with the fam? No. But when I wake up and I be like, hey, bro, you nice. I look in the mirror and be like, hey, bro, you killing them today, bro. I see you, boy. Your back stupid big, and it was leg day. I see you, fella. I see you. It just sets the morning off, right? Sets the trajectory of the day off, right? And typically after that, my interactions with my wife, with my kids, on the show, and whoever we engage with throughout the 24 hours tends to be positive, all right? So I do agree with your X concepts. If we truly want this Steelers team to be, world beaters, Super Bowl champs, overachievers, or living up to expectation standard being the standard, we need to have good energy to support that, all right? Because it's hard to say that this is what we want when we're constantly thinking of ways that it doesn't work or ways that it always not, living up to that. So I could definitely dig with your own next concept. Shout out to the mental positivity to start the show. Hey, what up, Aaron Grant, all the way in the 704, Charlotte, North Carolina. Baby, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. And yes, Tom J, you got to pray for New York sometimes, all right? Them New Yorkers, bro, I don't know what be going on with the New Yorkers, man, but you got to pray for them, man. Extra time, okay? And maybe for me, because I be wanting to be a New Yorker ever since I was a little kid, all right? Blame it on Jay-Z, blame it on DMX, blame it on that, okay? Because, yeah, that was like my childhood. I was like, yo, that's New York. That's what that is. I love DMX, love Jay-Z. Oh, that's what this is. Oh, man. So I've been hooked ever since, all right? And then it was like, yo, got these names called Tims. Put them on. They just make you look cooler, all right? Shout out to the Tims. Shout out to the boots. Shout out to the hats, all right? So, yeah, man, that was just my vibe, okay? That was my vibe. But, yeah, y'all New Yorkers, be careful, okay? Let's see. Oh, and of course, James Skicker, the 732, Central Jersey, aka the traffic center of the universe. At least that's how my man James Skicker likes to break it down, baby. Let's get it. And come on, X Concepts, I'm riding with you now. Come on, man, preach those facts. Love the energy, man, but you gotta love the positivity more importantly, man. It's good energy like that, man. And I do see you flow grown 420, never confusing San Antonio with Texas when we talking in 352, which is San Antonio, Florida, baby. Yeah. I can't dig it. And also, X Concepts, this is very accurate. You can't carry legally in New York. So, yeah, forget that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. And that was actually a lesson I learned when I first moved to New York. All right. I was like, oh, what you mean you can't? I got this light. I got the thing in VA. He was like, nah, this New York, bro. You will go down big time. All right. You heard of plaques? I'm like, no, yeah, I know plaques, but y'all know. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, all right. So it all makes sense. Okay. It all makes sense. I get it now. I get it. But y'all New Yorkers, man. All right. Shout out to New Yorkers. But anywho, man, hopefully everybody, you see, I had to emphasize legally, X Concepts. All right, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, okay? Just legally, you can't do these things, okay? I know y'all might be like, hey, man, but I do it all the time. Hey, we know, don't incriminate yourself now, okay? All good. But let's get it in. Yes, Carve. That was actually one of the reasons why I was a little bit happy to no longer be a New York resident, man, because them taxes will do you the wrong way for a long time too. All right. But all love for my New Yorkers, though, man. We do appreciate everybody wherever you're tuning in from. All right. Your boy got love for you. All right. Absolutely, man. But shoot, man, we are in the middle of the week. What has everybody been up to thus far? I mean, y'all know on Monday we had the homie TG. Shout out to Terrence Garvin. It was a vibe, obviously, when me and him got the link up. Had to talk to my dog and a few on camera. So it was cool to kind of, hear his temperature on the squad, how he was overcoming that Thursday night debacle. Obviously, you heard how I talked about overcoming it, but then I heard some of y'all weren't all the way over it, which I understood. But now we on Wednesday, baby. And I feel like this time it's always right. We got to be on the, hey, bro, what day you on, man? We feel good about this week. Are we to that stage yet? Are we still kind of in that, man, last week was a little rough, man? Because I'm down with whatever. Trust me, I am. But I'd be curious. I mean, shoot, I had to kind of be reminded by it earlier today, too. So I'm in here just vibing out. I'm like, yo, we don't have the show until later today. I don't have to start show prep till about noon. I've already watched Green Bay versus Cardinals. Like, we feel good about it. And I get this here text from the homie DD Smalls. He wanted to inflict some pain on y'all, okay? Some pain on Yins. He says, "Hey man, you got any what went wrong film that you want to break down from that Bengals game?" I say, "You dirty dog. You dirty dog. You want to hit the people with the what went wrong tape? Oh man." And because I had nothing but time, space, and opportunity, of course, I was like, man, come on, man, send the clips. Let's get it going. All right. So you might be having that happen very soon. Okay. Probably within the next 24 hours, you will see the what went wrong tape dropping on the channel. But I blame DD Smalls because I was trying to let y'all live. I did not want to rehash it. I was cool with it being done. I was cool with us just turning the page. I was like, you know what? We talked about it on Friday twice. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to TaNeisha. Shout out to y'all rocking with the content, right? So we even spun the block, hit it again on Monday with the homie TG. I said, but no way. They wanted to get some more of it, man. But yeah, so y'all got that tape coming, man, because actually, in all seriousness, man, one of the cool things in terms of why, we did transition to a little bit of what went wrong is to just highlight why we shouldn't be freaking out, why we shouldn't be panicking, because this is a very, very fixable and not even a grand fix. We're talking minor detail. We're talking minute. And that's the beautiful part when you're trying to figure out how to get out the next stadium. Because at this stage, I mean, whenever you get to the season, that's what it all boils down to, right? Week in, week out. What are we doing to get out of the stadium? If we got to run it 100 times this week, you run it 100 times. If you got to throw it 30 times, we can throw it 30 times. Hey, if it's only buys this week, it's just the buys vibe, right? But across the board, we all have these different, ways of how we, get the job done. So on occasion, it is good to see that, okay, it wasn't as catastrophic, right? Certain things that were happening, right? Whether you're talking Jamar Chase, whether you're talking Chase Brown, which really pissed me off. I don't know if y'all can tell, right? I was over here like, look, bro, I don't care about none of this receiving stuff y'all hollering about, bro. This run game was atrocious. The fact that they ran the ball the way that they ran it, that can't happen. I don't care about none of this other stuff. That can't happen. So, you go back and you watch it, and you're like, okay, this is why it happened. And then when you see why it happened and you're really able to just to put the microscope on it, you're like, oh, this was literally it. So this one thing equated to 27, equated to 30-yard runs. Got you. Okay, can we fix this? Absolutely, we can. I feel good about that part. And that's the other optimistic part with it, man. But we will see, though, right? Because, like we said, it's week to week. And just because we're able to identify specifically what an issue may or may not be, doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to continue to overcome it with consistency. Sometimes it might be you get it done this week, and then 2 weeks from now, it pops back up. Could be you knock it out for the next 3 weeks, and then at the end of the season, it pops up. We won't know until we go through it. But at least as today says, was it October 22nd, baby? We do feel confident that, hey, these fixes we can have be fixed right here with what we currently have and with the guys that are currently out there. Not even big, hey, switch this guy, switch. No. We ain't even talking about that. Because we can actually show tape of these guys in the exact same game doing it the right way. And that's the part for me where I find that optimism. Now, that optimism at the same time, for another person might be pessimism if they don't feel like they can figure out how to get A to B. Now that we've identified destination, can we actually get there now? That's the exciting part. But for me, that's what I get excited about. For others, like I said, man, them trying to figure out how to get from A to B makes them anxious, and that anxiousness makes them go more panic. Whereas for me, that unknown of A to B, but seeing the destination, it's like, bro, we get to go on a journey. Let's ride. I can't wait to ride in the car. I ain't gonna hold you. I was one of them kids when I was growing up. I always wanted to ride. Part of why I was in church so much too, because my moms would always be having to go, right? Or my pops was like, yo, man, we got to go preach here. Moms, I got to go preach there. I'm like, I just want to ride. All right. And then you the drummer, so it's like, all right, bro, you're gonna get on them drums too while you here, but we're gonna ride everywhere though. So I always gonna ride. You know what I mean? That's my vibe. That's my vibe with it. All right. So right here, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I see the destination. I see where we're trying to get to, baby. And we on a little windy up and down journey right now. But like I said, man, I dig it. Not everybody digs it, man. I know not everybody digs it, but shout out though. All right, shout out. But let me see, man, what y'all got for energy today, man? Michael G says, yo, it's a long season. We need to be perfect in the playoffs, not October. And that is something that I also agree with, man. I know that's not an easy concept to fully grasp on a week-to-week basis because of the emotions that we feel after a win, right? We feel the highs off of that, but then when it's an L, it's like, oh my God, not only did we lose, not only do we have to watch our team lose, now we got to spend how many days in between waiting for the next win. And because we don't play every 3 days, we play week to week. It's like, dog, whew, we really gotta wait this many days. It's been how many days since we didn't play it again? We've had to live with being a loser because we lost this week, right? So we're losers right now, right? We gotta live with how many more days of this? This hurts. This hurts. So yeah, baby, I'm with you, man. But we don't gotta be perfect in October. Get to the dance, and that's when you want to be clicking. That's when you want it to be perfect. That's when we need it to all show. All right. So let's get it, baby. Let's get it. But I likes the mindset, man. I likes the mindset. Ooh, X concept says, yo, why does the league hate JPJ? Man, I thought that's what they said about Sauce Gardner. Sauce was like, everybody hates him, man, because they called him holding calls on them boys, man, and they have the bad rep. But man, I look at it like this: when you play out there at corner, yeah, it comes with it. For every one Pat Surtain, right? And even with Pat, we act like we don't remember watching George Pickens give him fits, give him the business. And this is a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year. Everybody at this level is capable, but that is, to me, the hardest on defense, right? I love being a pass rusher. It's the sexiest position on defense. I feel like it's a pass rusher. But the hardest position on the defense, for certain, is corner, man. You're guarding the best athletes, the biggest, fastest, can jump out the gym, and they know where they're going. These quarterbacks have elite level precision, accuracy, arm strength. The calls are also in favor for you in the sense of you can't be too handsy, you can't disrupt them, but flip side, they can bump you, push off, do whatever, and it's completely fine. Right? So you are automatically at a competitive disadvantage at that position. So you got to figure out ways to overcome that. And for the players that do get to play out there long enough to where, yeah, you can see some penalties happen. Okay, yeah. Because it's a passing league, the perception should be this is bad. Don't do this. Get them guys off the field. But if you're a person that's played defense at this level and understand that, hey, that's a part of defending those guys. And hey, you're going to get some flags thrown on you that are justified. And then you're going to get some flags thrown on you that aren't justified. But either way, you know what we say? Next play. At that position, you have to have an extremely short memory. Why? Because this happens all the time. But then you see the flip side. You make a play late in the game, nobody cares, right? You make a big play, at some point in the game, nobody cares. That's what it all boils down to, man. Make those plays. And for JPJ, man, he's still a young cornerback in the midst of that. So I don't think that the league necessarily hates him, but you know how that perception is, man. And that perception not always is reality, right? It isn't always reality. But I do feel like at times with social media, it's the common thing to do. And then you get up there and it's like, oh, well, everybody's saying it. And it's like, hey, man, is everybody really saying it? Or are the 1,000 people that you have in this one radius saying it when we're talking about the hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of Steelers fans that don't feel like that about JPJ? So that's the other part of it, man. But it's the position too, bro. It's a tough position to play, man. For me, at least, that's the one that I look at. I'm like, man, I think quarterback is the hardest position to play on the field just because of what you have to know, along with what you have to be able to have skill-wise with that football, and largely due to the fact that a mistake from a quarterback equates to turnovers. That's the other part, right? A mistake from a quarterback, man, it's amplified. So that part to me adds to that. And the same at corner, man. When you make a mistake at corner, you hold a guy's spot foul, right? Or PS a spot foul. You slip at corner, man, that's a touchdown. So everything that you do, said, is amplified. So it takes a special type of person mentally to play out there. It takes a special type of person athletically to play out there. But to me, those two, man, those toughest, man. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, edge rusher should be tough unless you whip a lot of booty. Then it don't feel that tough at all. All right. Now let me stop playing. Shout out, man. Shout out to the guys. And I like that question, though, man. Or not even a question, that statement, more importantly, man. All right. All righty. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. But I do like that though, man. But trust me, man, the same way that in terms of X concept, the same way though that I'm talking about JPJ right now and everything he's doing for, the past years, maybe even 3 seasons now, Sauce Gardner, he's talked about in similar fashions just because of his style and because he's out there to the point that he doesn't mind getting 2, maybe even 3 penalties in that game. But if those 3 penalties mean that you didn't, have your receiver go over the top and hit them bombs on them, or though that receiver felt frustrated throughout the day because of that, man, you live with it. And that's the thing that who was it? Dick LeBeau, he would always say, man, if you try to stop everything, you're not going to stop anything, right? You got to pick what you want to guard against, and you have to live with the other side that comes with that. So if you're playing, a cover 3 defense because you want to be better against the run and you want to have that extra defender in the box, that safety down, great. But the flip side is you are going to have a little bit more stress if they have a 4 vertical approach, largely due to the fact that, hey, you're going to have a linebacker running up the seam on a wide receiver, or you're going to have a wide receiver just running down the field, 2 guys on 1 safety, right? Not a good feeling. But to me, that's the part where you just have to decide, what am I looking for? And that comes to the combination of coaching. When we're like, hey, man, coaches got to understand the tendencies. They have to understand probability, right? Man, it's 1st and 10, but they're 1st and 10 on their own 20 versus 1st and 10 at the 50 versus 1st and 10 from our 20. Those are 3 very different mindsets in terms of what you're trying to defend against, what you're anticipating, and more importantly, what you're willing to call. You live with the outcome of that, man. And like I said, man, for sometimes or on occasion, you're right. And for the coaches like Coach Tom, statistics have shown throughout his career, he's been right more than he's been wrong. When you look at, a guy like Dick LeBeau, right, during his time, it was like, he was right a lot more than he was wrong. So that's all we're doing when we're out there, especially on defense. You're just trying to not guess. It's an educated guess, and then just have elite level reactions. Right? It's like, man, if I know it can only be 2 out of 20 things, well, I feel great about defending those 2 things. Now, you still got to be able to stop it, right? Is the matchup good on top of that? Because sometimes we say, hey, man, there's Jamar Chase over here, it's T. Higgins over here. We were right on everything, but we were still wrong because of that guy. And that also happened in this game versus Cincinnati. I talk about that on one of the plays. But that's some of the stuff, though. And shout out to y'all, man, too, man. Internet acted weird for a second. I don't know what it was. I should have picked up on it because my dog started barking. All right. I got 2 dogs, but I got the nice dog, which is Biggie. He's like super cool, chill, Big Papa, aka Biggie Smalls, aka Biggie Moats. And then you got Faith. She's kind of like Faith in the movie. You know what I mean? When she found out that, hey, yo, babe, you got somebody over there, I'm kicking in the door. All right. She got that energy. Okay. So it's a beautiful contrast, but usually she's the one that barks. Okay. She won't bark it. But big dogs bark. So I'm like, okay, Biggie, man, I should have known. He was probably alerting me like, yo, Pops, yo, the internet is acting weird. You're going to freeze for a second. So shout out to Biggie. Okay. Shout out to my dog letting me know. All right. Salute you. All right. I see it a little bit, man. All right. But now that we are back, okay, shout out to energy, shout out to internet, shout out to technology, man. Let's go. Hey, and David Decker, I do agree with you. The internet is most definitely a Bengals fan. All right, I've come to the realization Bengals, rat birds, and brownie fans be around the technology at times. All right, you seen AWS was going and it had Debo in the show tripping out, right? And why is that? Joe Hayden was talking too much Browns talk. See, I love you, Joe. You know what it is. But let's go, man. But let's see, man. Shout out though to that sidebar of a conversation from the homie X Concepts, man, getting us on the JPJ defense versus offense grand conversation, right? And is he the most hated? and all those other good things, man. But yeah, man, shout out to my dog Joe Hayden, aka Mr. I Lift Weights, man. That's my dog right there. That's my dog right there. But let's go. So with that, man, we'll transition, man. Get this first topic out the way. A little around the leaguesy league. All right. And what up, Rod Doll? I do see you in the building. Peace to the gods and the earth. One time, if you know, you know. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. But do want to talk about our picks of the week. Okay. Cause your boy was over here doing his thing. All right. So every once in a while, you know, I have a bad week or off week or a week where it just wasn't complete dominance. And that was what we had experienced, you know, prior. Okay. Week 6 was my best week. And I already talked about that and said, hey, man, we're coming into this matchup now for week 7. And me and Tyler were tied 28-35 on the season, both of us, right? In terms of our game picks, and we were picking against, with in terms of using the spread and stuff, right? Not just that money line. No. I want points for or against, man. Tell me how much you really love them. Okay. So with that, we had a chance to run it back this week. And we both started off terrible on Thursday night because we both led in with our black and yellow shields. We were like, hey, Steelers got us -5.5 versus the Bengals. It's Joe Flacco. Of course we're going to win. And we obviously saw that we didn't. So we both took L that one. Okay, it happens. Then after that, though, you know, your boy Tyler and me, we started looking around. It was like, okay, who we got next, right? So next up on the game, we had, Rams, right? Rams, Jags. And, you know, we both felt good about Rams with that. Man, they obviously took care of business 35-7. So that was good money. Felt right. Then after there, man, we had a little bit of a disagreement, but it went in your boy's favor. I liked that Patriots-Titans matchup, specifically from the Patriots side, because of the Mike Vrabel element of it. But the issue was they were getting 7 points, right? Or giving 7 points, man, -7 favor. So they had to win by at least a touchdown. We obviously know they won 31-13. Beautiful game. But Tyler was believing in Cam Ward. Took them. Foolishness. Okay. After that, this is when it got a little weird for Tyler, okay? Because it was Browns, it was Dolphins. We obviously know both of them teams were in the middle of being trash on a little bit more trash. Okay. But with that, what do we say, man? I took Browns. Okay. I was like, listen, man, I thought Myles Garrett and the defense would be the outliers in this group because both quarterbacks I didn't really believe in. And the Browns took care of business, man. Not only did they win by more than 3 points because that was the spread 2.5, they went nice, right? 31-6, man. Unfortunately for Tyler, he took the Dolphins. Shame on him. Can't believe you were going to go with the Dolphins, man. Never in my life. Next up, though, we both like the Eagles, man. They were the favorites, man, -1.5 versus Minnesota, and they won 28-22. And I also told you, man, I was like, yo, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, they're not going to continue to be off. They're going to connect, and when they connect, it's a wrap. They connected. They look good. All right, shout out to them boys, man. Chiefs. Now, granted, my wife wasn't happy because I realized she just doesn't like to see the Chiefs keep winning. And I understand it. And I'm the opposite. I'm like, I want to see them keep winning. I want to see the dominance. Keep it going until we knock them off, right? But Tyler was also, under the impression that 11.5 points, which was how much the Chiefs were favored by. I mean, they had to win by 12 points. He said, yo, that's too much, man. There's no way they're going to do that. So he took the Raiders. Okay, he took the Raiders. And, a beautiful, beautiful situation for your boy when you look at how much the Chiefs won by 31 of them big boy points, and it looked good, man. They look good. They look like they back. So I'm gonna start making sure my picks, reflect that as well, man. But Tyler, for some reason, was not on that train. Now, we both believed in Carolina taking care of business, man. They had the New York Jets, man, and they won 13-6. They won so much and made it look so clean that, the Jets don't know who they want to start a quarterback this week. They they got my dog, Tyrod Taylor, who had a little bumpy bump with the knee. And they got Justin Fields, who the owner, Woody, shout out to Woody Johnson. He's like, yo, any head coach that has this quarterback, their team would look the same. Their record would look the same. We can't pass the football. I'm just like, yo, Woody, bro, you gotta chill. You know, he's still your like active quarterback. Like, you still paying this man how much money in guaranteed moolah. Like, you know, you want this dude, if he does get another opportunity to step out there, you want to see him actually do well. You want to have some confidence. I personally don't think that this is the way to go about it. But it seems like, you know, that's the thing right now, man. You got owners talking about their current quarterbacks, Woody Johnson to Justin Fields. Then you got old head coaches talking about former quarterbacks, Sean Payton to Russell Wilson. Russ said, hey, hold on, man. I know I'm the good guy. I know I'm the family man. I know I'm playing the whole wifey or the husband to wife thing, you know, backup quarterback right now to Jackson Dart. I'm in the hospitals every week visiting the kids, but I got time for you, Sean Payton. I said, hold on. Y'all got Russ Wilson tweeting? Y'all got Russ sending a shot? What? Russ don't ever send shots. Think about it. He got a lot of people who send shots. Right? A lot of people who send shots at. He don't ever send shots. That man got on the internet. He said, yo, hold on, bro. Hold on. Let me get on the internet real quick and send something back to him. I like it too. I say, Russ, you're growing on me, bro. You're growing on me, Russ, because you was like super good, super clean. Like, yo, I don't ever entertain the negativity. And I personally strive that. I'm like, yo, man, Russ, I wish I could be as positive. And I'm one of the most positive people I know. All right, but I wish I could be on your level of positivity. But it was just cool to just see for a second, like, yo, Russ got a little bit of that in him. Russ got a little bit of it in him. You know. Russ say, look, bro, I hear what you saying, but I ain't finna let this fly. Okay, I ain't gonna address you all the way, but just know I'm gonna address it. I like it. Okay, I like that. That's me. I like it. Okay, so shout out to Russ for standing up for himself. Okay, shout out to Russ. I like that. Interested to see how my man Justin Fields handles that, because he's still employed by this dude. Like, his check still says Woody on it. You know what I mean? Like, with the super cool cursive. I'm like, bro, it's kind of crazy, man. Like, same building, but we will see, man. We will see. So with that though, let's get back to the rest of these picks, though. I get back to my good work that I was doing out here when I was making these picks. So, like I said, man, shout out to the Panthers, man, for helping me and Tyler out last week. Next up on the list, me and Tyler both were believing in Caleb Williams, just for Caleb Williams to give us reasons to pause for the cause. Bears took the L not take the L, excuse me, on that one. No, excuse me on that one. I actually got that right. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tripping on that. Let me get that up off. I almost gave myself an L. Oh, now I know what I did. I'm back now. I see where my clerical error was. Okay, so shout out to that. We actually hit on Bears. Yeah, because Bears took care of business 26-14 versus Nolan. So actually, that makes my record this week even better. So I do appreciate you on that one. See, sometimes you got to make a mistake, man. And when you do make a mistake, you get to bounce back, baby. And that felt good. So shout out to the fact that the Bears did hit, and both of us did like that, because Caleb Williams, I was like, yeah, I thought I was believing in Caleb being a better quarterback than Spencer Rattler, and I thought that's what did take place in said game, and that was the case. All right, shout out. Absolutely shout out. Let's go and running the game. That's what I would say. DeAndre Swift had a good one. All right, next up, though, this is why I took my L at the Broncos. That day going Sean Payton. Sean Payton, man, why was you over there sitting them shots, man? Y'all won the game, but you didn't win by enough. They won 33-32, 1 point, and they were favored by 7. So I get it, okay? And then, of course, Tyler, he took the Giants because, 7 points was a lot of points. So he got that one. I took the L there. But I spun the block, and I got him right back. You know I got him right back. And how did I get him? Well, he had the Chargers. I had Indiana Jones. Shout out to Indy. Indy, come on, Indy. Yeah, baby, you got to believe in them now, man. I don't know why y'all keep lying to yourselves. Indianapolis Coastal Care business on the road, 38-24. Went out there. Did not matter. They said the lights, the cameras, the flashing, don't matter. We're going to get the job done and go right back to Indiana. All right? So it was good to see that, man, but that was a big win for me, like that. Next up, I believed in my former employer, the Arizona Cardinals, all right, to find a way to just cover. Not win, just cover. And that's exactly what they did, because Green Bay won the game 27-23, but Green Bay was supposed to win by 7 points. 6.5 was what they were favored as. So 4 points doesn't get the job done. That's a dub for your boy. So I do like that, man. But shout out to the Cardinals, man, handling business for me there. Me and Tyler both took Cowboys, man. Cowboys had 2.5 points in terms of what they were given. And yeah, obviously they didn't need that. They won 44-22 versus the Commanders. And it's always going to be Cowboys over any team located in the Washington area, whether it's Skins, Commanders, football team, whatever else you want to call them in between. We always taking them in that matchup. Star over that any day, okay? Then from there, man, me and Tyler both were believing in the Falcons because of what they did to the Bills. And that was not replicated. Shout out to Mac Jones. San Fran 120-10 versus the Falcons, man. On that, we both took the L. And shout out to Christian McCaffrey. He looked good also, right? But then from there, man, the final two games, man, we had the two Monday night games, right? Bucks, Lions. We were both believing in Baker. 5.5 points. We say, yo, Lions could win, but no way they win by more than 6 points. They won 24-9. Double L's for us. And then I got the final dub of the week. Seahawks. Ever since they beat us, man, I'm telling you, I've been on their wagon. I'm like, yo, Seahawks look legit, man. They could play defense. They run the ball well. Quarterback is playing well, not turning the football over. They're going to be tough, man. But Seahawks -3. Obviously, they won 27-19 versus the Texans on the super late night. Man, I should ask, how many of y'all actually stayed up to watch that second Monday night football game, bro? That joint, literally Houston and Seattle on the East Coast. It was like midnight, and I think they were just at halftime. Like, it was, it felt like college football late, which was wild on a Monday night, bro. But I'm a sicko. I'm a football purist. I stayed up. I watched it. It was fun. Okay. I liked it. I stayed up. Okay. But yeah, man, shout out to the West. Okay. I see you, the Don. See, this where y'all get us back. All right. When we start early in the morning on the East Coast and y'all be like, yo, it's so early, it's 6 a.m. I'll be like, yo, it's 9 o'clock. What you tripping on? This is for sure where y'all had us back. All right. West Coast, we was good over here. Yeah. Y'all won't trip it at all. It was a smooth 9, 10 o'clock. See, y'all felt like how we normally feel on Monday nights, Sunday nights. All right. 9, 10 is our normal prime time. All right. Shout out to Leah Ward. She was over in Killeen, Texas, watching the game. All right. Respect all that. Let's get it. Because I was like, yo, it was super late. Like, for real late, man. But let me take a little sip of this lemon lime before we fully recap and then give you my picks for this week. All righty. Dang, X Concepts, you ain't feeling Bo Nix? Say he's overrated. I ain't saying he's a world beater, but he's an elite level game manager. And what I mean by that is he does all of the game management parts right, and he makes just enough plays with his arm. That makes him an elite level game manager right now, man. So when you have that with a high-end defense that can play really well, you run the ball well enough, you don't turn the ball over, you're going to be in a lot of games, man. And that's why the Broncos are where they are right now. All right, so I can dig it, though. I can dig it. All righty. But now let's get to the flip side of this thing. Because, like I said, man, so for the week, man, for week 7, I ended up going 11-5. All right. It was a good weekend. It was a nice weekend for you, boy. I felt good out there. Tyler copied me enough, but not enough. He went 6-10 for last week. All right. So I do like that also for him. Hopefully he's, continuing to be on the struggle bus there. So now let me do some quick math. That takes me to 39 and 40. Okay. Not half bad. Okay. Not too shabby is what they say. And y'all seen that quick math on the fly too. All right. I was over here about to start counting with my fingers, but I want to have a little self-respect. Okay. Then let's see for Tyler. Okay. Shout out to Tyler sitting at 34 and 45 right now. Okay, I like that. So that does mean that the fight and Arthur Moats are continuing to plow our way to the top, 1 week at a time, 1 pick at a time. All right. So let's keep it going. Hey, yo, X Concept, you see the quick math, bro. The quick math be real, bro. That quick math, and y'all gotta give me some extra credit too. Because not just quick math. This is quick math on camera. Live in the flesh, in the moment, like quarterbacking this thing too. All right. So let me Hey, yo, check. Easy. All right. Gotta get the quick map. You already know. Shout out to Leah. All right. But for this week's matchups, shout out to the matchups. All right. We got some good ones. So I'm gonna read mine off first, and then from there, man, we're gonna get to the homie Tyler, because like I said, he just texted me all his picks, and I haven't actually went through to like link them up with me just yet. So you just gonna get it raw. All right, it'd be like that sometimes. So you already know. All right, but tonight, not tonight, because today is Wednesday. Excuse me. Tomorrow. Shout out to tomorrow. We got Vikings going to the Chargers. Chargers favored by 3 points in the matchup, and for your boy, I like the Chargers in this one, man. I do feel like, granted, Indiana Jones had some success and they won, but I think the Colts are for real. I think Indiana Jones is playing at a high level, and I think that's a different type of squad, man. Whereas Vikings, they're going through a little bit of a quarterback carousel, man. They don't know what the situation is, who to go to in terms of availability from a health standpoint and from a production standpoint. So with that, they can still score. They can still do certain things defensively well. But I do like the Chargers in this one. Flip side, as I look down at my guy, Tyler, he actually likes Vikings in this matchup. Interesting for him. So we will see how that one fares. All right. Sunday. Shout out to Sunday Fun Day, baby. 1 o'clock, kicking it off, getting it going. Bills at Carolina Panthers. Panthers are getting 7 points. Home dogs. Nothing like a home underdog, right? Got to be careful with them. Except me and Tyler both feel like the Bills take care of business in that one, man. Win and cover. So they got to win by at least 7 points. All right. Next up, we got Jets versus Bengals. So for me, I had to think, because I'm like, yo, Bengals, we just saw what they did to us, right? Man, short week, Thursday night, but they put up 33 points, got the victory, and they looked good at times offensively. Can they replicate that? Then I flipped and I said, man, Jets struggled, right? Quarterback controversy. Do they go with my dog Tyrod Taylor if he's healthy, or do they go back with Justin Fields? So they got a lot of money invested in, but ownership has questions about his overall just ability to play the position. So with that, I said, I don't care about any of that. It's not a short week. I think with a full week of preparation, Aaron Glenn will have that defense fired up, ready to go. I also think offensively, if it's Tyrod does a good job of not turning the ball over. I think he plays well enough. And if it's not Tyrod, they go with Justin Fields. I think he's motivated because of what ownership has said about him. So I like Jets in that one, man. Plus 6.5. Bengals still could win it, but I don't think they win by 7 or more points. And it looks like Tyler also believes in that theory as well. So shout out to us for being on the same page. Next up, man, we got Patriots hosting the Browns. Patriots are favored by 7 points. So they got to win by at least 7 or more. Browns, we saw, man, coming off their first 30-point win, 30-plus points, right? 31-6, right? So with that, not 30-point win, 30-plus points that they scored in the game, right? Not in terms of the margin of victory. But with that, do I anticipate that traveling versus the Patriots? No, I don't think that. I think that the Browns take advantage of a Dolphins team that is in complete disarray. I think this Patriots team is fired up. I think this Patriots team is believing in themselves, even though I still have questions about it. And we're going to see about that later on. If you know, you know. But to me, man, I do think that the Patriots win this and cover. So I have the Patriots in this. And as I check, Tyler does as well, man. So it looks like he's trying to copy my work again, man. I'll tell you this, though, man. If you want to win, they said put Booby in. That's what it is. What they said in the movie, all right? So, if you want to get these picks popping off the right way, man, just follow your boy for a little bit, all right? On occasion, I'm right. And even if I'm not right, I could have been right. So in the long way, I was still right. All right. If you know that movie reference, drop it in the comment section too. Let's go. But now we got Dolphins traveling to Atlanta. Falcons are favored by 7 points, and rightfully so. I mean, we saw what the Dolphins looked like. Dolphins are bad right now, man. And not only are they bad, they look like they don't have the answers, nor do they look like they understand where to find those answers. And that's where it gets extremely disheartening. That's where you look and you have just questions about, are guys going to still have jobs in 3 weeks? right? So to me, man, I like the Falcons to take care of that with the 7 points. I think they win by at least 7 or more. So give me them. And looks like Tyler also is in agreement with that pick. So I do like that as well, man. Let's go. Let's go. I Let's get to this next matchup. Shout out to the next matchup. One time for the culture, okay? Because we got the Giants traveling to Philadelphia to face the Eagles, man. Eagles getting 7.5 points. And give me the Giants. I think Eagles win, but I think Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterboo, and company find a way to keep it close, find a way to keep it mucked up, and ultimately they will cover in this game, man. So give me the Giants plus 7.5 points, and it looks like Tyler is rolling with the Eagles. Okay, now we got a party here, baby. I was about to say, don't copy me the whole way. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got to believe in the favorites, all right? So it looks like Tyler's believing in the favorites being the Eagles in this situation. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, man, I'm not a Giants fan, but I just think that those young guns, man, they're hungry enough and they're skilled enough to overcome some of the nonsense, but they don't have it all the way buttoned up just yet to stack the victories. And that's why you're seeing these be entertaining close losses versus them actually being able to execute and get over the hump. That's just at this level, one of the things that I've personally kind of realized from my time in Buffalo to my time in Pittsburgh. It was like younger team in Buffalo, talented, but never really could figure it out while we were there. So you lose a lot of close games, overtime games, one score games. Then you come to Pittsburgh, a little bit more veteran in that sense with the talent, and you look at how many one score close type of situations you get out of. And that continues to be the case even now with the Steelers, right, under Coach Thomas. But that's one of the things for me that, like I said, man, why I believe a little bit more in the Giants just continuing to find close losses. I think that's going to be my team to have just close losses, all right? Shout out to them. Next up, though, we got the Bears. And it looks like you might have them back. Talking about Lamar, you got Bears going to Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 5.5. Actually, it was 6.5 earlier on that one. So excuse me, we're going to keep this at 6.5 because that was the spread that I saw when I made my pick. All right. Not going to let them adjust that. And the reason why they're trying to adjust it is because Lamar Jackson is up in the air right now if he is going to play or not, man. He didn't. What was it? They had practice Monday, I think it was, and he wasn't out there. So they're trying to see, if he's going to be out there or not. We know he's dealing with the hamstring, waiting to hear more info about it today. But yeah, if Lamar doesn't play, man, I think that the Ravens are going to get beat personally. Okay. If Lamar does play, I think that there will be some rest, and I think there will be some limitations when you're talking about him coming back from a hamstring injury. So I also feel like the Bears are good enough, and Caleb Williams is finding a rhythm right now. I like the Bears. I like the Bears at least covering this. Like I said, we made this pick at 6.5 points, so we're going to keep that spread at 6.5. I ain't about to let them adjust that on me. And Tyler also was in agreement with the Bears in them 6.5 points. So yeah, we're going to roll with that one, baby. All right. Next up, you got the Niners traveling to Houston to play the Texans. Now, Niners are road dogs. Texans are favored in this matchup by 1.5 points, meaning they got to win by at least 2. Okay. But I'm rolling with Mac Jones, man. I think Mac Jones has found something in San Francisco. I think Christian McCaffrey has found the fountain of youth, at least these past 2 weeks. He's looking extremely healthy. And with them dudes being able to do that, man, I just think that they're tough. Now, defensively, they are banged up, but they still are just a tough team to play against. And their style of ball, right? Super balanced, play action, running attack. It keeps you, in terms of the opposing offenses, off the field. So it helps their defense in that capacity also. So to me, I think that continues. And I like the Niners in this matchup, man. It looks like Tyler also is in agreement with that too. Next up, we got a rivalry game. NFC South. The fighting Baker Mayfields. Every time, man, we're looking like it's RIP to Mike Evans, 1,000-yard streak, ending at 10, tying the homie Jerry Rice because he's out again. He had just came back after the hammy. Now he broke the collarbone, so he's going to be out even longer. But the Saints, I don't see this at all. I don't. So for me, man, I like the Bucks to get it done in this. It looks like Tyler does as well, man. So shout out to both of us being in agreement. But it's Baker Mayfield to me, man. I know they got beat on Sunday or Monday Night Football, man. Lions are tough right now. Lions have found a little bit of a rhythm. Shout out to my dog Kelvin Shepard, has that defense humming, looking good, man. So to me, man, I think that was more just bad matchup. Whereas Bucks versus Saints, I think it's a great matchup for the Bucks, man. So that's what we're gonna roll with, man. Next up, we got another one of these big spreads. Now, this is actually the largest spread I've seen for a non-Chiefs, Bills, or Ravens team in the past 2 years. You got the Colts, bro. The Colts are hosting the Titans, and the Colts are favored by 14 points. Do you know how big of a spread 14 points is in the National Football League? To go into the game ahead of time and say this team is 2 touchdowns and field goals better than that team before they touch the field is outlandish when you're just talking about the Colts. To me, I'm like, yo, is Peyton Manning over there? Is Andrew Luck over there? What do you mean a 14-point favorite? When we first saw this matchup pop up on the schedule, right, when they did schedule release night, if we were to say, hey, man, by the time these two teams play, Daniel Jones and the Colts should be a 14-point favorite versus the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, in the Tennessee Titans, we'd have been like, man, heck no, you are lying to yourself. Stop playing, bro. None of that makes sense. But here we are. Colts looking sharp. Colts looking nice. Titans fired the head coach. Titans been looking rough. Titans been looking like the get right game lately. Okay. The Titans just lost big to the Patriots. On top of that, it is just like, God, dog, with 14 points, man. It just seems like, wow, man, y'all trying to set me up. But I believe in Indiana Jones, man. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy, Dr. Jones. So for me, we're gonna roll with it. Okay. I'm rolling with the Colts, 14-point favorites until they prove me wrong. I'm gonna keep riding with them. All right. And then the flip side, Tyler says, yo, I'm not hearing none of that. He's going Tennessee Titans. Give him the Tennessee plus 14. We will see, man. The Colts, though, man, they've been playing consistent ball. They run the football well. Daniel Jones makes his throws on occasion, or not occasion. He's been making his throws consistently. They don't ask him to do a lot, but he does it at a high level. And defensively, they're doing a good job also, man, keeping the lid on it and finding ways to be opportunistic at times. So I like that, man. Next up, though, Sean Payton and them Denver Broncos hosting Dallas Cowboys. We talking, Dak, GP, CD Lamb back. So, they can score. They got talent. But, for the Broncos, man, run the ball. Bo Nix makes throws on occasion, right? And then they can play really good defense. 3.5 points, meaning they got to win by at least 4. I think they do get that done because of their defense. I don't think they're going to have an issue scoring on the Cowboys. And I do think, the Cowboys will be able to move the ball and score on Denver as well. But I do feel like Denver's defense will be able to find ways to give the Cowboys fits just enough so the Broncos can win and cover this one. Now, flip side, Tyler said, yo, I ain't hearing none of that. He has the Cowboys in this thing, man. I mean, shoot, you're giving that Cowboys offense points on top of it. They're explosive, man, and they score their points in bunches right now. They're looking like they're having fun. Everybody dancing, having a good time. So we're going to see, man. We are going to see, but they could definitely score. But that defense, I don't believe it. Don't believe it, man. And I know Denver can put a lot more pressure on them this week, man. After that, it's time for Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Steelers hosting the Packers. Throwback unis. Your boy will be there. Who can't wait to see it with the eyeballs in person, right? But Steelers are home dogs. Plus 3 points. I don't hate it. Looks like me and Tyler both agree. We're taking the Steelers with the points. All right. Now, Steelers with points. That gives you some flexibility. Okay. and that flexibility is this, you might still think that the Packers are going to win the game, but you get 3 points. So as long as, we keep with the 3, you still getting the dub one. All right. So shout out to the picks with that. And then the fifth or the last pick that we have for this is the Monday night game, man. Washington Commanders at Kansas City Chiefs. We know Commanders, man, banged up and down. They are 10.5 point underdogs. That is a lot of points. But once again, me and Tyler both agree, man. We think Chiefs win this and cover. And to me, it's less about the Commanders and more about what Mahomes is doing. Man, how accurate he's been. You look at the emergence of the receivers around him, how they're stepping up defensively. They continue to make you play left-handed. Spagnuolo is doing an excellent job since he's been out there. It's tough to pick against them right now, man. And knowing that the Commanders are leaking a lot of oil, banged up, man. So, yeah, man, I like the Chiefs win that and cover that. All right, so shout out. But shit, it looks like Tyler is agreeing with me on all but 3 games. Tyler. I like it, though. The only 3 that we don't have the same picks on, I like the Chargers -3. He likes Vikings. I like the Giants +7.5. He likes the Eagles. And then I like the Broncos -3.5. He likes the Cowboys. So we're going to find out. We are going to find out. But those are the picks for this week. And like I said, man, it's a good one, man. It is for sure going to be a good one. So shout out to the picks, man. And hopefully y'all are enjoying, what we on today. And if you are, you already know the drill. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel, baby. Let me get a quick sip. And we are still got some time on our hands. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, TaNeisha being at 5:30 time frame. So I like where we are right now. Let me get that off. Oh man. I'll tell you what. It's nothing like a good Gatorade, bro. I ain't got no deal with them. I should be shouting them out. That's how you know they just good. Shout out to the lemon lime right there. It's fire. Okay, it's fire. Hey, Frank K. He says, "Yo, Big May, a certified gamer." No, without a doubt, man. I was like him because he's so tough as nails, and it's like it doesn't even have to be perfect for him, and he doesn't care. He's like, I'm not looking for an excuse. I'm not looking for no handouts. I know Mike Evans hurt. I know Godwin be down at times. It don't matter. He over that joint slinging it to Tez Johnson, like, yo, Tez, you about to be a star now. It's like, yo, Baker is a tough quarterback, man. Definitely like his game, man. Like his game a lot. Okay. Oh, okay. We got a little couple supers in the building. Shout out. Let's get that going, man. I do see the homie Justin Gordon. He says, "Yo, Moats." And I do appreciate you, Justin, for the super chat as well. It says, "Yo, Moats, you have any word on how bad GP was in the locker room? Because he's doing wide receiver 1 numbers in Dallas better than DK. We're still looking for wide receiver 2. So a couple of things when we talk statistically, GP's numbers versus DK's numbers, 2 completely different offenses, 2 completely different brands of football. So his numbers are going to look better, but they have Dak Prescott, who's asked to do a very different job offensively than what we're doing with Aaron Rodgers in our offense, man. So I get, it is easy to just be like, yo, man, he looked good. His numbers are this. Our numbers are this. What was really going on? Was it really that bad? Because he looks, and it's like, yo, it ain't that. If you put DK in the Cowboys offense with Dak Prescott, and as much as they throw the football, you would also see DK's numbers have a boost. It's just our style. And that's what makes what we do different, and what makes what Dallas do different, and vice versa, and everything in between. But in terms of GP and his locker room, what it was bad or not, bad to me is subjective. To me, it was more of if he isn't positively a part of what they're trying to promote. And it doesn't have to be you're intentionally doing it, but if that's just your natural temperament, your natural personality, how you naturally respond to adversity, and how you naturally respond to positive stuff as well, that might just not gel with what they wanted with this particular group. I don't necessarily look at that as bad, though. in that case in point, when we bring up Juju, and it's like, hey, was Juju a bad teammate? Was he a bad player to have in your locker room? Nah, Juju just likes to make TikToks have fun, right? Is that bad? Nah. But there are people that look at the TikToks and the distraction that it may have caused, along with at that time us not winning, and say, yeah, Juju bad. That's not what you want. That's get that out the locker room. So when I think of GP, I look at it more like that. I don't look and say GP is a bad person. I don't think GP was a locker room cancer. But what I do feel is, man, GP is extremely passionate about winning, passionate about him being a productive player. And at times, man, yeah, when you young and you passionate, baby, sometimes it come out in a good manner. We can all rally around it. And that's when you see him make a big catch and he gets up and he's flexing. It feels good, right? Another time you see that passion come on, you're like, hey, bro, that's tough, right? The I ain't get the ball. Or, man, I ain't really trying to block right here, man. So it's like that type of stuff, when you see it, it's like, oh, if you're running the team and you are having to decide, hey, does this guy help, number one, me keep my job? And number two, does it help me get this team winning? If you don't feel like the answers are yes, then yeah, you move on from that guy. And I think it was more of that than, oh man, GP is such a bad guy. I think that's the misconception with GP and specifically how he was here. And it's okay. I don't think that's, like I said, this overly bad thing. I just think it's just a different flavor for what we were looking for and what we personally wanted. And you live with it. Now, in terms of us looking for a wide receiver too, we can say we're looking for a wide receiver too, or we could feel like we like what we got in our tight ends. We could feel like we like what we have in Calvin Austin when he's been healthy. It's all about how you see it. Some people always look as in, man, over there it looks nicer. But as we said, man, we go roster for roster, team for team. And it's like, yeah, man, everybody's going to have certain things that you like about them. And then everybody's going to have certain things that you don't like about them. And you just are all, that's not just Steelers, all of us are trying to figure out how to get as many pieces that we like and how to get rid of as many pieces as we don't like and have that balance be. But that's more of my perception to it, man, versus it being, like I said, GP being a bad locker room person or a locker room cancer or anything like that. Next up, though, man, Justin Gordon also spun the block. He says, as a player, how do you deal with the trade talk at your position? I just want Calvin Austin III to ball the F out to kill all wide receiver trade talk. 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Can he do it? He absolutely can. Now, is he going to get the opportunities in our offense? Probably not. And I think that's the difference. But also, when we throw out wide receiver 2 or even wide receiver 1, we all want to just attach a numerical value and say 1,010 as in like that's the only way, but it's not. We know the impact of wide receiver 2. It's like, man, can you consistently win when that guy over there is getting double teamed? Or can you consistently win when we don't like this matchup over here, or if that guy is down, you can still give us enough? That's wide receiver 2. It doesn't have to be, this is the hard line right here. To me personally, I don't. But that's, like I said, my perception on it. But to me, though, in terms of how you handle the trade talk, it's not easy because they're humans the same way you're human, right? You think about if you went to work or when you go to work, if every single day, regardless if you had a great day at work or you had your not so good day at work, right? But if every single day it's, man, we need to replace Justin, bro. Man, I wish we could just get rid of Justin, bro. God dang, Justin, man. Hey, Justin, hold on, bro. Justin ain't doing enough, man. Let me see. If there's somebody else that has nicer than Justin, you'd be like, hey, bro, your confidence, you can be feeling that, right? You can be like, ah, dang, bro, y'all really like me here? Y'all sure y'all want me here? God dang, bro. They don't feel like y'all love me here, man. But then the flip side, we say as professionals, you have to be able to block that out. And you focus on what you can control. And what you can't control is when you're on that field, you run by people, man, you do all the little things right. And you let the chips fall where they may. But that's ultimately how you overcome it. No different than when you're walking into your office and you're like, hey, man, heard such and such was getting interviewed today. Y'all don't really deal with that, right? But football wise, it's like, yo, man, you come into that building on Monday or that building on Tuesday, and it's a fresh 10 cats that play your position. And it's like, yo, why are they here? Oh, they're interviewing. For who? For your spot. They call tryouts every single week, baby. So it's a lot that these players are dealing with mentally, in the sense of trying to remain confident and still execute and still ball out and still find the confidence and still find ways to not just win, but also produce to the point that they could get second contracts, that now they can find that financial freedom that one would, say that we're all looking for. So I think all of that is encompassed with it, man. But for me, man, Calvin, I don't have a reason outside of him not being healthy. I don't have a reason to believe that he isn't capable of winning routes, because he's shown that he can win. He's shown that when he's healthy, he can catch. He can make tough combat catches. He can catch him down the grass. He can catch him by the line of scrimmage. He has run after ability. I feel good about that. When I look at our tight ends, I say, man, I look at the production from Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, and Jonnu Smith. I look at all three of what they're capable of, and I'm like, that combination and Calvin Austin, I don't feel like I have a wide receiver 2 or a variation of a wide receiver 2. I think I do. And especially when you think of how we like to operate. We don't do a lot of empty. I don't even want to go empty or strong pro and all that. Just personnel grouping wise, we don't run a lot of 11 personnel, meaning one running back, one tight end. We run a lot of 12 personnel, right? One back, 2 tight ends. Darnell, Jonnu, Darnell, Muth, Jonnu, right? You do that. You get 13 personnel, Darnell, Jonnu, Pat. You might even get 14 personnel. Throw Connor Hayward out there, right? That's who we are. So with that, those are the dudes that make our offense shake the way it does. Now, it's going to be interesting, though, this week, though, man. And I'm going to talk about this when we get on with TaNeisha for victory formation. But I'm interested to see if the method that we've been rolling with is good enough. And this is one of those test games right here to find that out early on, at least, because both of these teams pretty balanced. But when we talk about, the statistics part, it's like, on paper, Green Bay should have the advantage in a lot of areas, right? And you're like, hold on, bro. But we got this thing that we do, and it's like, all right, we're going to find out. I'm going to talk about it. Like I said, when I get on with TaNeisha, we're going to talk about it a lot more. But that's the part where I'm just like, I got to get her thoughts on it as well. And I mean, obviously, all of us are going to kind of be in the same boat with it, because obviously the game will be played on Sunday. But when I look, I'm just like, we've been getting out of stadiums in between the margins, and it's a consistent method. And it works versus a lot of these other teams, but it was like, we're going to find out about this one right here. We're going to find out for sure, but I'm excited. Like I said, man, we're going to talk, man. I can't jump the gun. I was about to jump the gun. We ain't going to jump the gun just yet. All right. Except probably got like another 20, not even 20, probably like another 15 minutes, man. TaNeisha will be joining us from at Really Flawed Football. We'll do our victory formation, break down this game, preview it, everything we're expecting to see, looking forward to as well. So shout out to that, man. But drop it in the comment section also, man. What y'all got on your mind right now, man, as it pertains to this upcoming matchup, or just the squad as a whole. Like I said, we kind of got like 15 minutes, man. So yeah, drop it in the comment section, man. Let's go ahead and tap in with y'all real quick, man. And hit that like button one time for the coach, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, baby. And while y'all getting everything ready, shout out to my Ghostface shirt. Y'all see Scream, man. We've been in Halloween mode over here every single day. We watching Halloween movies. I do not care. It be Sunday. We like, all right, this football game about to end. So when this one end, I don't care about that squad right there. So we're gonna throw on the scary movie real quick. All right. I'm in full scary movie mode, baby. Yes, sir. Okay, the homie DK or David Decker says we need to get DK involved more. I would agree with that, man. I think that we could definitely utilize him more, almost, and not even in the sense of, I know everybody's like, do what they did with Jamar Chase, man. Throw it to him 23 something times. That's not realistic, man, for the majority of offenses, man. And that, even from Joe's standpoint, was a one-off, right? But we could definitely get more targets to DK, but I also feel like DK has to also be more consistent finishing. We talked about the that Bengals game. One of those picks, we kind of look at DK and it's like, yeah, man, you can finish better here, and that doesn't happen. So that's the part where we want more consistency from him also. But I'm with you though, man. Would definitely like to get him more involved because he's a weapon and we see what he's capable of once he gets the football in his hand. Oh yeah. Shout out to Remix. He says, yo, gotta let Nick Herbig cook. The boy got 4.5 sacks right now. He is cooking. Some might say he's on a heater. I say, yo, when I see my dog have 4.5 sacks, I said, oh, you about to get you a check. Like, we knew he was going to get paid, but I'm like, bro, you putting it together. And this is in a rotational role. You ain't even like full-time starter just yet. When you could cop you a 4-piece or more and you on a rotational kick, they pay you that. You get M's. You will get some money. All right. I'm just like, you will get some bank. They will get some bankroll. All right. Just stay out of trouble. Okay. Stay out of trouble. Don't get hurt. You can get a bankroll. That's how it happens though, man. All right. I've seen it. I've lived it. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm with you, man. Let her be a cook. Let him cook, man. Because now every sack he gets is another M. That's what you got to remember. Every sack that you get, it's an M. Okay. That's how it works. So just keep it running. Just keep running them up. Keep running them up, baby. But I'm happy for that dude right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Shout out to the homie X Concepts. And man, I appreciate all y'all too, man. But X Concepts, bro, you be here. Like, everybody tuned into the show and everybody show love, right? Pre-show, post-show, pre-recorded, lives, everything, right? Shout out. But X, when you be pulling up, X. I appreciate you, X. He says, yo, Moats, I was impressed with Broderick's tackling. Shout out, man. He said he's gonna do it again too. Should he be like Travis on the O-line and D-line? Look, man, the way my man Broderick showed his passion for the game, I'm all for it. Now, do I really want him to hit my man Aaron Rodgers and follow him again like that? Probably not. Okay. But when Broderick is doing what he's doing, and we know how we felt last week, man. We felt like Rodgers had way too much stuff. We're like, hey, bro, which line is this? Where did this line come from? Is this 2015? Is this 2016? Where did y'all come from, man? Because we actually we could block. Wow. We got a 100-yard rusher. Wow. Like, that was the vibe. So I'm with you, baby. But shout out to Project, man. He's been playing. Arrow continues to be pointed up. It's not perfect, but arrows pointed up. And that's what you want to see from him, man. Anytime you have players that have struggled in any capacity professionally, you want to see them turn the corner. You want to see them start to stack positive performances, not perfect performances, but positive performances. And that's what we've been getting from Broderick of late. He's been stacking positive after positive after positive. And the more of that we continue to get from him, the better our everything looks offensively. I mean, if you think about it, right? We talk about the running attack. We said, man, running the football wise, we looked a lot better this past game and had our first 100-yard rusher, right? And there was no surprise when we talked about how much time Rodgers had and how well we protected. No Trey Hendrickson, it should have looked like that. We said Cleveland. It was like, yo, Myles Garrett, man, he was quiet out there, right? Nothing. It's like, yo, it wasn't perfect, but this is what we are talking about with Broderick Jones. Find a way to continue to get better each and every week. That's what we need. And if he can keep doing that, like we said, if we look up at the end of the year and we're like, Broderick's our worst offensive lineman, and if he is continuing to play where he's not getting beat consistently, he's not allowing the sacks, he's not allowing the pressures, not having a ton of holding penalties, then we're going to be cooking with grease, baby. We're going to be feeling great about that thing, man. So that's my energy, though, with Broderick, though, man. So shout out, man. But let's keep it going, though, Broderick. Let's keep it going. Because why not? Why the heck not? Huh? We invested a lot in him. It's a high-end first-round draft pick, man. Got him opportunities at right tackle. We didn't love it all the way, but now he at left, man. And it's decent. It's not great, but it's decent. And it's getting better. And that's what we got to do. Just keep getting better. You say you'll get 1% better. That's just 1% better each and every day. Just 1% better. We ain't chasing it all today. Just get a little bit better. And these incremental, improvements, when we look up at the end, we'll be like, whoa, man, this was a big jump. Don't chase that, though. You got to slowly get better each and every day. Just a little bit, man. So I do like that, though, man. All right. Shout out the auto, man. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah. If Broderick tackled that man again, bro, I think all the Pittsburgh gonna lose their bar. Rodgers for sure. Rodgers was pissed. Rodgers was not feeling it. Raj was definitely not feeling it. But it's like that sometimes, all right? It's the young guy energy to the old guys. It happens, all right? I know how it is because I used to be the young guy with the old guy. Okay, I had the young guy energy and deep with, hey, bro, no, all right, it happens. Okay, young guys, the old guys, it happens. And now when I be over here sitting here as a little bit older gentleman, and I be looking at my son, I'm like, hey, bro, why you got so much energy? Just sit down somewhere, just chill, bro. All right, just chill. You wild. So shout out, man. Shout out to them dudes though, man. But they like they was having a good time though. All right, absolutely, man. Hey, shout out to Tito with the good vibes. What they say, man, my dog say shout out to X Concepts for being a super fan. All caps on super. No, respect on that. And listen, man, if Tito with the good vibes is saying this, you know it's accurate because Tito be super fan also, man. And I mean that in like with the most love too, baby. Like, the way you be rocking out with this channel, man, I'm just like, yo, Tito, it be live, it be post show. I be like, yo, I see the Tito in the comment section. Tito be commenting to everybody. I'm like, yo, shout out to the homie Tito, man. And then we go to the shoe channel, which you know is a passion because I'm a sneakerhead. Shout out to Kicking It with Moats. Any of my sneakerheads out there, that's the YouTube channel for that. But Tito be on there on all the videos. I be like, yo, Tito, bro, I love how we just be bonded, bro. I just feel like I wake up and I post something I'm like, yo, where Tito at? Tito gonna come? There it is. All right. And then be like, yo, I'm gonna come. Tito, I'm back at you, man. All right. Shout out to the homie Tito with the good vibes. All right. But like I said, man, it's really the community, man. And y'all make the channel, baby. So shout out to all of y'all, man. All right. So yeah, man. And of course, AJ Martinez, Jaron Pittsburgh. So like this thing, I feel like I know y'all. All right, because we be up here talking all the time. Man, it has been, was it 722 episodes together? Lord have mercy. I guess we do this a lot. All right, and that's just lives. That don't even count for all the little videos and miscellaneouses and collabs and everything in between. So I guess we all do spend a lot of time together up here. All right. So shout out to y'all. Get yourselves a pat on the back. All right. And while y'all pat yourselves on the back, you hit that like button and subscribe. What up, 900 Juice? And of course, you too, Wendy Johnson. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I like it. I like it. And shoot, man, y'all been here so long, man. Y'all had the old emojis for the members. Now y'all got the new emojis for the members. We've been rocking on doing this show so long, man. We remember when y'all even used to have emojis. We couldn't even see your faces. Now we can see your faces. Man, it's all over the place, man. But that's the beauty of it, baby. So we got to keep it going. You know, we're going to keep it going, man. We ain't going nowhere anytime soon. All right. Let's go. Let's go. And shout out to the homie Kenneth Moses. He says, yo, do you think we'll let Isaac Malu go after this season or keep the line together? Me personally, I want them to keep the line together. I personally think that, and this is based off of talking with Ramon Foster throughout the years, based off of hearing from Trey Essex as well. Continuity. And not just with the players, with coaching as well. Keeping offensive line groups together are important, man. And they bond, they gel, and they have a certain brotherhood that is unlike any other position because they're the only position on the field where literally it's all five pass or all five fail, right? Quarterbacks, receivers, we could look like, yo, that quarterback, he did bad throw. He threw the great pass, receiver dropped it, right? It's not on him, it's on him, and vice versa. O-line, it's like, yo, you play O-line and your O-line is giving up 30 sacks. You're not a good player on your offensive line. Your O-line sucks. That's just how we look at it, right? If your O-line is blocking extremely well, we don't typically single out any of those dudes. It's just like, yo, they got a good O-line, right? And that's just how we look at it. So to me, man, the way that we have been improving offensive line wise in terms of the consistency, blocking, in terms of the consistency, communication wise, right? We're not seeing guys running into each other like we had a couple years ago. He's like, hey, bro, what y'all doing, right? Y'all tripping. We're not dealing with that. We're also not dealing with allowing a ton of sacks. Right now, Rodgers been sacked 9 times this season. 9 times. And it's like, yeah, we can go down the list of like who's a dope team, who's an elite team. And it's like, yeah, he's been sacked 9 times, bro. Okay. Statistically, it's pretty good. All right. It's not great, but it's pretty good. So I think of that also. And it's just like, yeah, man, keep them together because they're clearly doing something right. And if they can continue to build upon this and they can continue to find ways to number one, just keep protecting like this. We're seeing the improvement, or not even just the improvement. We're seeing what Aaron Rodgers does when he has time. So we don't want to run away from that. We want to lean into that more. But that's the thing where I'm looking at it. I'm just like, statistically, I think it reflects that we should want to keep them together. It reflects that we should want to, you know, keep all the pieces in there. I'm talking the Meyer, Pat Meyer, and all them dudes, because I'm like, yo, it's 9 sacks. 9. We're in week 8. This is week 8 right here. We've only allowed 9 sacks. The Broderick sucks and all that other train. 9 sacks, right? We go down the list, right? In terms of quarterbacks that have been sacked more than 9 times. We'll just start with that, right? More than 9 times. Dylan Gabriel, he ain't been in here that long. He got sacked 10 times. Jordan Love been sacked 10 times, right? The Packers is all world Packers, but Jordan Love has been sacked 10 times. Bryce Young, we know. He be struggling. 11 times for him. Caleb Williams, 11 times. Pat Mahomes, 11 times. Stafford, 11 times, right? Jackson Dart's been sacked 12 times. Mac Jones been sacked 12 times. We feel good about that Niners offensive line, right? But 12 times. Josh Allen, right? The Buffalo Bills, they got all pros and Pro Bowlers. Josh Allen been sacked 12 times. Flacco, he ain't even been here that long. Obviously, we know he was in he was in Cleveland, so this don't all the way count for him. So his 12, we're going to let that slide. But Jaden Daniels, right? Jaden only played in 5 games this year, man. 5 games, he's been sacked 13 times. Let's keep it going. The Detroit Lions, Jared Goff, right? We know he nice, man. We know that old line is nice, but he's been sacked 13 times. Baker Mayfield been sacked 14 times. Carson Wentz been sacked 14 times, right? CJ Stroud's been sacked 15 times. Keep it going. Spencer Rattler, 15 times. Tua Tagovailoa, Lord have mercy, 15 times. Lamar, he only played in 4 games. He's been sacked 15 times. Let's keep it going. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's been sacked 16 times. All right? Now, I don't know how we ain't feeling about the Cardinals offensive line, nor the Vikings, but nor the Raiders. But now it's going to get gory in a second, right? Geno Smith been sacked 19 times. Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars been sacked 20 times, right? 20 times. Justin Herbert with the Chargers. Now, we know they've been banged up a little bit, but he's been sacked 20 times. You're like, bro, God, dog. Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts has been sacked 21 times just this season. He's only played in 7 games. He's been sacked 21 times, okay? Drake May has been sacked 22 times, okay? Justin Fields is the second most sacked quarterback in 6 games. He's been sacked 22 times. And then shout out to the rookie Cam Ward. He's been sacked 30 times. So, just for context, man. All right, just for context. Oh, Lord. Hey, bro. I want to keep the band together a lot longer, okay? Because, yeah, man, context for sure matters. And, yeah, you hear the numbers, man. You see what I'm trying to tell y'all, all right? It's crazy. I can't make it up. I know y'all be feeling at times like, yo, Moats, you biased. Moats, you a homer. Moats, you too positive. Moats, you research too much. That's got to be it. But that honestly isn't, man. Okay? I like to watch the film, so I get the eyeball test. I like to live in the moment, so when I'm watching the games, I want to feel what it feels like. But I also like to look around the league and see, hey, man, what are the statistics saying? And when I look and watch other teams, what am I visually seeing? And that's why I be trying to say, like, yo, I don't think our O-line is what y'all be trying to make it out to be. I know PFF talk gory about it, but I'm like, yo, when we look at some of this info, I'm like, yo, it don't match up like that. And we've had some tough dudes play against. But I'm just like, yo, O-line is actually doing their job, man. And they are doing it at a really good level, a really good clip too, bro. Really good clip. 9 sacks. All right. So I know it ain't sexy. I know it goes against what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be talking bad about our guys at times, but I'm just like, yo, what are the numbers saying, man? It's a lot of other quarterbacks, a lot of other offensive lines on that list, man, where we like, hold on, bro. That team is nice. He been sacked how many times? That dude is nice. He's been hit how many times? What? How do I have it? What? So we'll see, man. We will see. But a shout out though to the dudes though, man. All right. So let's see if they can keep that thing going. And let's see. Oh, it's 5:29. All right. So should be getting closer to that time. We will be joined by TaNeisha from at Really Flawed Football, man. Drop this victory formation and really get a chance to talk about the upcoming matchup. Because like I said, I'm chomping at the bit. I'm trying to talk about everything but the game right now. All right. But I'm just hype. I can't help myself. Let's go. Excuse me. Let's go. Make sure I'm good. Okay. So I just got my update. Perfect. All right. So we got another 10 minutes. I should just let me know. We got a little, you know what I'm saying? So that's good. I was like, am I tripping? We ain't tripping. We're solid. I would respond, but I want to be professional right now. All right. So I'm gonna stay locked in with y'all. And then we got another 10 peaks. All right. And then about 10, she gonna pull up on us. All right. So shout out to the one and only TaNeisha. Lego. All right. Let's see. But what else y'all got in the comment section, though, man? Let me see what else y'all want to get off on, man. What else we want to talk about? Let's see. He get I don't even know what that one was, man. That kind of actually then like just clipped on the screen. Shout out to y'all for that one. All right. Ooh, all right, 90 for 3. Hey, don't be talking to him spicy like that. Now he says, yo, 77 might be our best piece. Turns offensive line. He says Frazier took a step back, to be honest. I don't think Frazier took a step back. I just think that this is what happens the longer you play, man. It becomes more of a challenge. People get more tape on you. They see what you do well, what you don't do well. And from there, man, it just makes it more challenging to be consistent. And the other part is this, and I'm going to tell you firsthand, this is how it works as a competitor, right? Whenever you hear about somebody getting a lot of praise, I don't care if they super vetted up, like, you know, Rodgers is like, all right, man, this dude has done it for so long. There is a healthy level of respect, but you still want to see, can you be the guy? But when it's a young guy, a Zach Frazier type, right? Year 2, young guy. Oh, everybody is licking their chops because you want to know, is it for real or if it's fool's gold? You like, bro, I don't believe it just yet. I know he did it all last year, but I don't care. Let me see if he can do it again. And now, as a defender, you're amped up for it. Whereas last year, you might have been like, bro, who is this dude? Right? You're like, it is what it is. I ain't tripping on this dude. I don't care about this cat. Oh, and then he's like, oh, no, he's like, yeah, Max blocked me. Like, real good dude right here. All right, cool. Now you're like, hold on, bro. I'm not sleeping on you. So you're getting dude's best shots each and every week. And that's the challenge. That's why I respect the Aaron Rodgers of the world. I respect the DKs of the world, the Ramses of the world, where you know this player isn't just amped up because you're playing against the Steelers. They're amped up because they're playing against Aaron Rodgers, who also happens to be on the Steelers. So now it's just like, whoa. And that's the part where I'm like, yeah, Frazier is dealing with some of that. Broderick right now is dealing with the other side where it's like, yeah, man, people continue to sleep on Broderick largely because of what they saw from him at right tackle. But if I'm a D-line coach, I'm telling every dude that I'm coaching that's going to play against Broderick, yo, erase your memory for what you saw from him at right tackle. He is not a right tackle. He is a left tackle. He is showing that through these 6 games that he's played in, man. Don't lie to yourself. If you come in here and think this is a layup because of him playing that right tackle was bad, you are going to get blocked and you're going to be pissed off. You better come in here with your A game, and you better come in this joint speed, power, combo rush, and not being afraid that, okay, when we stop feet, man, how can I get my feet back started faster? All that other stuff, man. You thinking of everything with that. That has to be the mindset. But that's the flip. So you hear the difference of how you are even preparing for the two. Zach Frazier, whoa, hey, man, that dude like that, bro. He really with it. Different level of urgency, right? When you talk about Broderick Jones, you're like, man, shoot, I don't believe he nice like that. If he can, cool, but he can't block me. So you can just see the different parallels. So that's why I do feel like for a guy like Zach Frazier, you are seeing him struggle at times a little bit more so, but it's because of that, not necessarily him taking a step back. It's just dudes are showing up with more urgency and they're not sleeping on him. But for him, that's the next stage of being a professional. Can you kick butt when they don't believe you can do it? And then can you continue to kick butt when they know you could do it and now they're expecting it? And then on top of that, it's like you kick butt when they really start to have the game plan against you. And that's a whole other level of butt kicking. That's when you're talking to TJ Watts and company. All right. But shout out, because as I look at my screen, I see who I need to see. So we're going to go ahead and adjust this thing one time for the culture. Whoa, well, ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, y'all see who she is. Y'all know what time it is as well. So let's talk about it, because we are joined by the one and only TaNeisha, Miss PhD. Shout out to Really Flawed Football joining us, and we appreciate you. You know, sending that email. I was going to
PhD was PhDing today. Okay,
I saw that. Look, we was over here like everybody was hyped. We like, yo, she always early, man. And look, if we got up by time to 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, I guess we can. But hey, guys, she's usually early. So you know me, I'm over here like she's always early. I'm like, okay, all right, it's 5:10, all right, it's 5:20, all right.
That's what I said. I'm like, let me just. I hope I don't know if he's going to. Like, I hope he gets this. I'm like, oh my god, like. I am not kidding you. Okay. I've been wanting to talk football because, okay, so Colorado was off this weekend and then the Steelers played Thursday. So all I had was Texas. They are massively pissing me off. And I'm like, I need another team. Like, I need something else that I could talk about. I had nothing. I'm like, this is brutal.
Yep.
This is so bad. So now this week I have the Steelers and I have Texas and I have Colorado and it's all back. But for a couple of days I was like, so what do you do now? What do you do?
I'm actually glad to hear you say that, because I also felt like that, but it was like I had like secondary things to kind of like fill me, right? So I was talking about Friday night. I had a chance to call a high school game, but it was James Harrison, Lawrence Timmons' sons versus Chris Hoke's son. It's like, bro, this is a blast. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, oh, I'm getting my fix.
Still in it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then Sunday hit and I'm like, oh, I was looking for my bills. I was like, yo, no Steelers. Let me go to the alumni team. Like, they was on. I'm like, yo, I just got time. So we turned it into like a scary movie day. We was watching a whole bunch of scary movies. It was a vibe, but that was it. And I've been waiting for this. Okay. I've been like, yo, don't talk anything football related. Don't talk Packers. Don't talk about this game. Like, yo, can we get back? After we decided to not go yesterday, I was like, you know, we should have went. Oh, it's way too long. It was way too long. It was way too long.
And then like also, so I watched the Steelers play, right? And I was like, I don't know what the hell that was just terrible, right? And I'm like, well, the good thing is I have Texas. Like, it can't be that bad. Texas wins the game, but it was really that bad. But it was the opposite. It was like the Steelers like couldn't play defense to save their lives. Texas is playing the most beautiful defense I've seen in my entire life, and our offense can't do anything. And I'm just like, what did I do, God? Like, what did I do? Like, why is it happening?
Isn't it funny how sports though, they will make you file your higher calling. You like, hey, bro,
yes,
I don't know who I believe in today, but what's going on?
What did I do?
Is it me? Was it my shirt? Yeah. Did I sleep the wrong way?
No.
Do I not have my lucky key? Like, what did I miss? Yeah.
That's what I'm like, what did I do wrong? Like, I am sorry. I take it all back. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. So yeah, I'm just excited to be here. And by the way, hi chat. Thank you all for being so welcoming. I appreciate every single one of you.
They dropping them the emojis too. I see y'all over there showing her love. Y'all better show her the love in here.
I love it. I love seeing all of you. And yeah, I have missed you. So I'm like, this is like what I do. I'm like, I come and talk about the Steelers and I hang out and we laugh and we joke. And I'm like, I haven't had this in almost a week, which is weird. So we're back. And yes, so the Steelers, you know what? Can I just take a minute and say the best thing that you can do for your team is take a step away from your team. Because no matter how much it was bothering me, no matter how much all the things, I caught myself in certain moments, like when we were just playing and I was like, oh God, I hope Roderick steps up this game. Oh, hope DK can catch. I haven't done that. since
Yeah.
like Friday, since like Thursday night. And it's
Mhm.
kind of been a little nice where I can watch other people's teams like not catch the ball and false start and defense can't get a pass rush. Like it's actually been like nice to be like, well, my team's already done this. So what do you
Yeah,
guys got to offer?
be like, oh, y'all are struggling this weekend. Don't worry, we've already went through this phase.
Yeah.
Oh,
How does that
y'all
feel?
didn't find a way to get out of that. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
We also didn't find a way to get out
I
of it.
loved
It's
it.
okay. It happens.
Yeah. And so it was good to kind of watch, like, and be reminded, right? Because sometimes you're in your own bubble. And when I watch games, if the Steelers play at 12, it takes me a minute to kind of get into the next round because I'm still kind of like, but what was that though?
Yep.
Not this week. And I was busy and I've had like my life got a little stressful and all these things were happening, but I just thought, but it's easier because I don't have to worry about trying to race home and sit in front of a TV and then after the game be like, y'all kept me up for that. Like that could have been an email.
Yep. No, seriously, I'm like, yo, don't have me up on a late night weeknight. And then it's I feel like it's personal when you do that. Monday nights, Thursday night, it just feels a little more personal. Like, yo, if you're gonna lose a Sunday 1 o'clock. I got plenty of time to recoup and recover from that one.
Yeah.
4 o'clock iffy. Don't lose on Sunday night either. Cause I feel some type of way. It's like, bro, you know Monday's a work day. You know what Monday morning is. Why you want to treat me like that? So
and it was hard for that too. The other thing too, I caught myself doing because like I wanted a bye week, fam. I wanted a bye week, family. Okay, I'm telling you about my bye week. Okay,
let's go.
The other thing I noticed when I was on the bye week is when I was on the bye week, I actually believe this stuff I tell myself, by the way. So that is real. I was
she said when I was on the bye week, I was on the bye week. I was like, you did go on with the bye week. We were all on the bye week. All right, we took a bye week. It happens like that.
I caught myself going, okay, we had an opportunity and we blew it. Okay. Now that we blew that opportunity to just be like dominant, all the things, like how can we regroup? Like, what are some things I want to see? And that led me to this conversation today. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is the mature
chair for
this is the mature me. Now go with me because there's not much maturity, a little bit. And I thought to myself, I am so focused on all the things that the teams that we're playing are doing, right? Like, how are they with penalties? Do they turn the ball over? Do they? And I want to focus on us. Like, I want us to do what we need to do. You know, like, I feel like I spend so much time being like, okay, because this week I was like, okay, we're going to play the Packers. Let me watch the Packers. And I was like, first of all, I've seen the Packers play a lot of times this year. I've seen them play Cleveland. I watched them play the Cowboys when they couldn't figure out if they wanted to win the game or not. I watched them play Cincinnati. Like, I've watched them play so many times that I feel like I know them. And I started to realize, like, this is about the Steelers. Like, because at some point, we have to be better. And at some point, we have to get stops. At some point. So it's like a shift in thinking where I'm like, we have to do better. And it's like, because I looked at the stats and I'm looking at all the things for the Packers. And I'm like, statistically, they kind of have ugly stuff going all around. Like, they don't win the time of possession. They don't win this. They don't win this, but they win games.
Let's go.
And I think the difference between them and us is their defense has been a little bit better and more consistent in some areas than ours has. So again, it's like, I want us to fix ourselves. Like, guys, like, wake up. So that's kind of where I'm at. Because I was looking at the Packers and I'm like, I'm going to come and I'm going to have my notes and be ready. And then I started to think, like, the Packers are kind of like us, except they have been a little bit more consistent on impacting the other team's offense. They've been able to have more pressures than we have. They've just been able to do a little bit more consistently than we have. I don't think they're better than us. They're just doing it more consistently than us. So then I was like, we just got to execute. That's my mature brain. Because I'm still very pissed off at this defensive line. But as I'm maturing and talking, that's what I'm thinking about. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about this game. Is like, when are we going to take care of ourselves? And when are we going to be more consistent? I don't want to see Seattle. I don't want to see the Bengals. Who are we? Like, honestly, who are we?
First off, y'all hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel and her channel, man. She coming through with the good energy and she talking that talk the right way. Oh, because literally what you just said is how we talk. That is it. When we say it's less about them nameless gray faces, that's not something that Coach Tomlin just throws out because it sounds cool. It's nameless gray faces because each and every week, if we do what we are supposed to do, we feel like we have the correct pieces here. That's why our scouting department scouts the guys that we bring in from the draft, right? When we determine which free agencies we want to bring in, we feel like we have the best pieces. And if that is truly the case, we don't care what y'all are doing. We say, hey, if we don't turn the football over, we play fundamentally sound defense, we are going to turn you over, and we score in the red zone. We're going to get out of a lot of these stadiums. And that has been the case. Now, we know week to week, the consistency is what impacts our overall confidence in it, though, right? When we're like, hey, man, shoot, I know we 4-2. I know on the season, that's a good record. I know we're still number one in our division. On the season, all of this looks good. But the week to week makes us feel like, nah, man, we aren't good right now because we just lost to the Bengals. The Bengals record-wise aren't good. We know what their storyline was coming into the matchup. So that's the back and forth that we kind of live in.
Yeah.
But as players, though, you focus each and every week on what do we have to do. And when we're talking about just what we saw in that Bengals game to this game right here, I'm excited because for defense, it's like, yo, all the explosive plays that were had, whether we're talking through the air or on the ground, we can circle one piece and say, this is that. And not even in the sense of, man, this was just like, yo, you're getting whooped here. We're talking little communication or a little alignment piece. And that's the encouraging part. Because as we said, and we broke this down on Friday, and we're like, yo, every team isn't going to have the Jamar Chase, Joe Flacco short week dynamic when we're talking about how that perfect storm was. But at the same time, it's like, yo, we know other things present themselves.
Right.
All we got to do is figure out what's the formula to get out of this week. I don't care about who we got 2 weeks from now. We don't have to worry about who we got in December. It's like, no. What's the recipe for this game right here? Yeah. And that's the part where when you said, hey, they look like us in a lot of ways. They do. And a lot of people would say, what about that Packers team? If we say, hey, are the Packers a good team? Yes or no? The majority of people would say, yes, they are, with flying colors. Hey, man, are you still the Packers? It's like, okay.
We're the same.
So, and it's like, well, which metric do you want to go off of? Sacks allowed? Sacks for? We dang near twins, right? You want to go for rushing Josh Jacobs, right? Josh Jacobs is averaging 3.7 yards per carry. Josh Jacobs has about 100 yards more rushing than Jaylen Warren with about 30 more carries than Jaylen Warren. You don't think our rushing attack is the exact same?
Yeah, it's the same. and you know what's actually what's actually funny, right? Because then let's ask the question, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers? I'm just you gotta ask the question.
When you look statistically, TaNeisha, they both, even right now, it's like
it's the same. For me, because and you know this about me, and I think people probably are learning this about me, is that's what I do, right? So I always trust my eye test, what I think, what I see, what I can't necessarily call what I'm seeing, but I can feel something. I'm like, something in right here. I don't like this, something, I don't know. Somebody tell me what this is. And then I look at the stats and I'm like, the stats match what my brain is telling me. I've seen them. The Packers team I saw against the Dallas Cowboys, I didn't know who that Packers team was.
Yep.
The Packers team I saw against the Browns that let them back in that game that gave up that 10-point lead, I didn't know who they were. I was like, what is this? And then the Steelers team I saw against the Bengals, I didn't know who that was. So we're the same. The only, like, when you get into like the nuances or whatever, the only real difference between us and them, penalties, I believe they have more penalties than we do. And I believe we convert on more third downs than they do. But I'm not talking about like, you know, like you always say, right? I'm not talking about like this monumental like difference. It's just like this very
and even to support what you're saying right there, I'll take it a step further. Even fourth down conversions. It's like, okay, we hardly ever go for it. They go for it. I think it was like 5 of 7 or something like that. Like, it wasn't nothing crazy though, right? But then it's like, okay, our other advantage was the turnover battle.
Right.
They don't create turnover. As great as their deep, like they got passion. It's like they have one interception or
They
the
don't.
2 interceptions they forced and 1 fumble recovery that they forced. And it's like, that's it. 3
Right.
total turnovers on the season. They are 0 in terms of the turnover ratio, not plus, not minus, just 0.
Nope.
Flip side, we're +5. We
Right.
over here, we got, 7 forced fumbles, 5 recovery. We got 5 picks. You like, hey, bro, we live in splash or defense, but we've shown that that's something that we have proven each and every week is a consistent thing with our game, or something that we can hang our hat on.
Right.
So that's the part where it's like, okay, well, how does that factor in? What does that? Can we move them enough to make them feel a little bit uncomfortable? Because they, at times, it's like the boring team that plays perfect, but it's like boring, but they have like the right amount of playmakers at the right spots.
That is perfect.
That's what I see with them right now.
That is who they are. I mean, even like, you know, I've come up here many a times and I've been like, oh my God, we didn't win in any statistical categories, but we won the game. That's basically how they just beat the Cardinals.
Oh my God.
Like, they didn't win time of possession game. I think they had like 10 penalties or something crazy. Third down.
Who was the quarterback? Who was the quarterback?
Backup I don't even know who the quarterback. I don't even remember.
Jacoby freaking percent. Are we like, yo, it's Jacoby? Are we like, yo,
I didn't remember the
I'm like, it's percent. It's not even Kyler Murray. It's like, it's percent. Like, what are we doing? Yeah,
I mean, they were like third down conversion rate terrible. They ran less plays. They were like they did less of everything, and they managed to win that game. And that's why I'm like, this is like us. And that's why in my mind I was like, I could come up here and make it very pretty and be like, and what we need to do is. Whenever but no, what we need to do is we need to play to our potential, and we need to stop getting called for dumb penalties. Period. Oh, and stop turning the ball over. Like,
the turnovers are the difference. If we don't turn this ball over, we win those games. When we have lost the turnover margin in these games, we've lost.
And stop
Cincinnati, Seattle, those were the 2. And you think about it, not only did the recipe for a disaster, we say, man, the more bad variables you have to overcome, the harder it is to win at this level.
That is true.
So you lose the turnover battle, right? Seattle, Cincinnati. That was one variable. You allow 100-yard rusher also in those games, right? Seattle, Cincinnati. Hey, you also are penalized in both of them games, right? Yeah, Seattle, Cincinnati. You start adding those on top of it's like, yo, and it's a short week. So now we're saying, okay, hey, you're old. They're younger. God dang, what are we doing? All right. Hey,
by the way,
he's very familiar with you guys. Shout out. I was gonna say shout out to you, and I shouted you out on the show too. TG said it. TG for sure was like, hey bro, age, man. And I'm like, are you serious? You something I said? I was like, as soon as I was like, yo, shout out to TaNeisha. I was like, yo, TaNeisha literally said the same thing to me. I've maybe have lied to myself because like I never think of adversity when it's me. So like in all my Thursday night games, I've been sore, but I'm like, yo, F that. We're going to kill him. It is what it is. TG's like, no, bro.
I was so excited. I was like, as I was watching, because I was watching it. It was a late night. It was one of those nights, like we won't even go there. What happened that day? And I remember I was listening and I was like, and he started to talk about it. And I was like, oh my God, this isn't something that I have made up in my mind. And he was like, shout out to you, TG, if you ever see this.
Thanks.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Like, exactly. That was my whole thing. And I'm like, I just wanted to act like it wasn't a thing. And it is a thing.
Yeah,
and it's not only,
I would agree.
It's a thing.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I've been in denial. Clearly, I've been over here like, oh, if I don't acknowledge it, it's not real. And it's like, all right, God, you might not acknowledge it.
Yes. But their bodies are acknowledging it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And and that's why first. So for me, when I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, if you're going to tell me all of those different variables and we lose that game, great. What happens when we remove all of those variables? I should see something better. I should see something that looks better. And we almost gave Cincinnati. We almost gave Seattle that extra burst, and we made Seattle real in the context of like once they saw that they could do it, they knew they could do it, and they're off. Great. We also let Cincinnati know that they might have a good run game. Maybe, I don't know, like because whatever.
Look, they at least feel like they upgraded their quarterback. I'll tell you that. All right. If they don't know anything else, they're like, hey, Jake Browning is not as good as Joe Flacco. If we don't know anything else, we know that.
We know that.
So
yeah. So,
and I do think, all of that matters, though. All of that matters. And when we see them again, we'll have a different conversation in terms of how we will approach and attack and even defend against some of that. but it also won't be a short week coming in on a Thursday night and you on the road either. So
Right.
we know all of those variables will, at least some of them will be removed. And that's our thing, man. As football players, you just want to have less of these things around. If we could just have it mano a mano, one-on-one, we feel great.
Yeah.
But when you throw in this, the turnover, the penalty, that injury, and it's like, yo, it just becomes a little bit too much stress, too much strain on you.
I agree.
But
the other thing,
we on the same page though. Definitely on the same page.
Where you know, when are we not on the same page? Because I was thinking about this. You know,
okay.
I'll be honest with you.
That's fair.
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I watched your conversation with Mark.
Shout out to home, Mark.
And I thought,
all right.
I need to come up here and I need to be more like, well, what do you think about this right now? Like, I need to be like,
yo, you gotta chill.
We need to have some conflict, okay? So I need to figure out some conflict.
Wait a minute.
On this show, to be like, okay, what happened was like, I need to come up with something. Shout out to you, Mark. Shout out to you, Mark.
Just say, Mark, you'll argue with Mark. You don't argue with me. You don't argue with TG. You don't argue with nobody.
Shout out to you, Mark. Okay.
Then the funny thing is this, though, right? So you say you want the argument. It's been times with me and Mark ago, and then people in the comments be nervous, like, well, dang, man, when you argued last time, man, Deke left, man. So, oh, no, man, be careful. Don't push me. I'll be like, yo. So, like, yo, I promise it don't even be like that, but none of this, man.
It really doesn't. And if we ever do argue, it is a football argument. Like, it is not that serious.
It is never that deep in any of this. Like, this is entertainment. This is fun. Yeah. Like, we could be up here hollering about this game, and it is literally just this game. That is it, man.
That is it. Yeah, but I saw that and I was like, man, I need to come up with like my bullet points.
She said,
where I can be like,
he'll never disagree with me. He'll never have beef with me. Well, it's because you present more of the logic that I agree with, okay? And then because you got the PhD background, you'll try to hit it with like the smooth educational facts, and then that hits me. I'll be like, you know what? I like where you're going. I'm a student of the game. All right,
like it.
That's
what I like it. You know what? Okay? Next, I'm gonna be like, these linebackers are terrible, and you are probably bad too. Just to see what you say and respond. I was like, these linebackers play like you, and I didn't think you were very good. So what do you think?
I'm gonna find a way to get you going, okay? Be like, yo, when I tell you, even in real life, like, because I know this is the internet, right? But even in real life, I'm like, yo, I don't be tripping on like anything, like, unless it's something like where it's dealing with safety of like my family and like immediate family. I'm like, bro, I'm not tripping. At the end of the day, I'm like, yo, it's cool. You got it, man. It ain't that deep, bro. It ain't. But you know, we all are passionate about the squad.
That is so funny.
But
I was thinking about that too. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm just gonna come up with something like when you were playing, you know, you had a hard time covering running back. So now that we have a running back coming out of the backfield, how does that work for you? Like, I need to think of something. Once I get really in this book, I'm gonna come up with something. Oh, by the way, everyone, look what I got.
What? Oh,
look what I got. See, I got this book.
Shut up.
I'm gonna be like, on page 7, you said part of athletics is.
Oh, Lord.
Like, do you agree or disagree? Like, no, I'm like watching these shows and I'm like, oh, you don't agree with him? You don't agree? Huh? Okay. All right. So, anyways, I just need to say that. And for he said, at my Cabs, what is your reaction? Moats' reaction of Rodgers snapping on Broderick? Hilarious. You guys, just for everyone that needs to know this, because I usually say this, but I need to say it again. I watch every single show that Arthur Moats does. Okay, I watch all of them. I will watch them and I will listen to them. Okay. The only time I don't
she uses these facts against me, okay? She will use this against me, so y'all don't encourage this. It's not a positive thing, okay? She's making it sound real positive. I've seen how she does it, okay?
You gotta research your prey. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The only time I don't watch the shows is when him and I are going to do a show. So like at this weekend, I won't watch his show on Monday. I won't watch pre-recorded Mark. I won't watch anything until after him and I connect on Tuesday. Then I go back and watch all the shows. So that's why sometimes I have no idea what he's talking about because I don't want to know because I need to keep my thoughts fresh. I don't want anybody's thoughts to be my thoughts. And so because we're off though, I could watch them. So that is why I'm like, this is kind of cool. I never get to watch these before I talk to you. So that is how I do it.
And it's actually cool to hear you say that because I have a similar approach. Like if I know I'm about to do a show, I don't want to watch or hear anything from anybody that I'm going to be talking with. I'm like, yo, I want my thoughts to be my thoughts. Exactly. And I want to be like pure when I say it and not even feel like, I know I heard him say this or her say this earlier and I'm just regurgitating. It's like, I dig that. So shout out to you, man. All right.
Yeah, I like it. But then like after Tuesday, usually I get to go watch them all back. Yeah. So on Wednesday, I'm like, oh, okay, that's how y'all are doing things over there. Okay, I see the vibe. All right, it's cool. I see the G vibe. I see the Mark vibe. I'm watching. All right.
Anyway. She said, yo, I want the disagreement. All right, look, I'm gonna find something. It's gonna happen. All right. The more shows we do, it'll naturally happen. I'm sure
it's gonna be
it will.
This. Hey, if you don't have the book, everybody go get the book. All right. Okay. If AWS didn't go down, I was going to have something great I was going to show up with. But AWS started tripping.
Hey, they best had the game tripping, man. Hey. It's like, yo, y'all, okay? We didn't realize y'all was connected to so much. All right. We was tripping. Okay. Y'all can't be doing that.
Oh, my gosh. What a mess. Anyways, I don't even know how I got off on that tangent. All I know is the Packers, okay, we are better than the Packers. Yeah. The Pittsburgh, let me say that again.
Get it off your chest. Come on now.
Steelers are a better football team than the Green Bay Packers.
You better tell it now.
The Pittsburgh Steelers be disciplined. They have to manage the line of scrimmage. They have to not turn the ball over, and they have to stop the run.
There it is.
Basically, they have to play football. Basically.
Talk to them now.
Like that is how we're going to win this game.
Do your job. We ain't asking you to do nothing else.
That's it.
If you tackle. If your job is to catch, just catch it. That's all we saying.
I'm not asking you to, reinvent the wheel. I'm not asking you to, take on 3 blockers if you don't already. I'm asking for TJ Watt to show up. I'm asking for Cam Hayward to show up. I'm asking for the defensive line to get to work. I'm asking for this team to do what they're paid to do. That's it. That's it. That's what I want you to do.
I look, nothing more, nothing less.
That's it.
No. Now I would ask this though.
If you give me more, I won't complain. Don't give me less.
No. We always want more. More is better, not less. Okay, just throwing that out there. Now, they have a question though. Typically, we like to say, all right, if our players play their best, we got the better team, we win. How do you feel about this matchup though? If we were to go, they play their absolute best with all their players. We play our absolute best with all our players. Do we feel like we got the better team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we have a better team. Again, this always comes down to Rodgers, right? If I pair it out and if I'm parsing it and I'm like, and this, and you have this, and we'll have this, and we take this, and you take this, and I'm just going down the list. Yeah. And I think we're at home. We're in prime time. Can I cuss on here? And we just got our asses handed to us.
It is. Hey, get it off your chest.
So if that doesn't fire you up, it's like how you tell people like, I can't teach you how to be competitive. I just can't. I can't teach it. Like I can't teach you work ethic. I can't teach you excitement. I can't teach you to get fired up. I can't motivate you more than you should be able to motivate yourself. That shouldn't happen. That's how I feel with this. It's like you guys have a job to do your job. Full stop. That's it. Like
that's that. And honestly though, when I tell you Coach Tomlin is in the meeting room right now, and that's the message. Because for fans, man, at times, right, when remove the logic part, right, and it's just like passion only. It's, oh my God, it's Green Bay. So you're either thinking that they're world beaters and they're going to blow you out, or it's the super hyped up, man, it's the Steelers, we're going to win because we're black and gold. But internally, it really is just what you broke down right there. Yo, do your job. Our matchup, we feel like we got the better quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. I know Jordan Love gets paid more than you, but you don't You think he's better than you? Because we don't. We think that you got better decision making. We think that you've been in more big game moments and handled that way better. We think that you have a better consistency when you throw the football in terms of your touch, right? That has to show every single time. Okay. Offensive line. Hey, look, man, they banged up. They got pieces moved around the same way we've been banged up at times. But whoa, we actually feel like we got our group. We feel like we're going through a couple of positive weeks. Why does that have to stop? Oh, whoa, man, they got Michael Parsons, Rashawn Gary. Man, they got some dudes that rush the pass. You haven't faced good pass rushers before. You haven't faced a Jets defensive line that we talked about. You haven't faced the Cleveland Browns defensive line that we talked about. It's like, yo,
see how they look this week, by the way?
You face some killers, man. Y'all face some dudes. And y'all have been over here smiling in the face of adversity while everybody is hollering about fire Pat Meyer, Broderick, you suck, and we can't get it done. Y'all constantly just finding ways to keep Rodgers clean, right? Yep. The only time Rodgers getting hit is when Broderick is hitting him, which is a good problem to have. All right, we'll take more of that, okay? Not too much, but just enough. Yep. So now when you look on defense, you're like, okay, they got a Michael Parsons. TaNeisha, do we all feel like TJ Watt is the baddest player on the planet that plays defense?
Exactly. It's a wash.
So you mean to tell me we're going to sit here and say, hey, TJ, hopefully Miles isn't, or hopefully Mike doesn't take over the game. You think that's
I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, good luck.
We like, bro, it could only be one big dog. It could only be one dude sitting on the top of this thing, man. Who's it going to be? All right. He better be black and gold wearing 90. That's what it better be. You feel me? Like, that's that. Yeah, that's the mindset.
We are alphas. We are not betas. We are alphas. Yeah. My dad was like, okay.
Yeah.
Doing too much. I'm like, no, I mean it.
No, like that's the vibe. So that's the conversation. That's the piece, especially when you look at how similar both of these teams are and how similar they've been getting out of stadiums. Mm-hmm. So that has to be the difference. When we talk about the match, it's like, yo, our stars got to be the boy. If you're a star player, you better shine better than they star players, man.
Period.
If you're Patrick Queen, you got to be the baddest inside linebacker that can cover and get downhill. It can't be Edgerrin Cooper. It can't be. And I like Coop. Shout out to Texas A&M. Now they ain't Texas, but I like him. I just like him. I like his game. All right, I'm sorry. All right, I wanted us to
argue. Oh, sorry.
I was over here like, can he? Because my problem is I'm gonna agree with you because I like Texas over Texas A&M any day. But I'm like, yo, Cooper's nice, bro. He long, he can run, he can cover a little bit, can hit you hard. But he should have played for Texas. That's what it looked like. He would have looked good with next to DeMarvion Overshown. All right, he would have looked good, right? Give him 30 armbands next to DeMarvion's 30 armbands, and they would have been just beautiful together, just run and hit. Those my guys. I like that, man. All right, I need him to stay healthy though. Shout out to DeMarvion. All right, or if you know, he gonna have, he got the, that's his swag. He gonna have all 30 of them. You're like, bro, you just gonna get all of them? Like, why are you doing that?
That is what he does. That is what he does.
But to me, that has to be the case, though. It's like, yo, Patrick Queen, you have to be better than Edgerrin Cooper in this matchup.
Yep.
Like, he can't make more plays than you. That's the reality of it. When we talk wide receivers, DK Metcalf is our bread and butter. He's our guy. Their guy is going to be Matthew Golden. We got to be the better receiver. Shout out. I was say, look, I was looking, I'm like, yo, it's I see all the little connections in here. I was peeping you.
And what's terrible is like it's hard for me because some of these guys helped get my program kind of back on track.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm like, drop it, hit him, don't hit him too hard. Is he okay?
Yep.
Woo! I'm glad he didn't score. Oh, he scored. Like it's like this whole
Yep.
So
I can only imagine.
But also Matthew Golden is a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to allow a rookie to go in to Pittsburgh and make you all look like clowns? I'm just curious. Are we going to do that?
You see what I'm saying?
Is that who we are? Like, what are we doing?
And you know the flip side, we over here like, well, hey, now defensive secondary. We know last week, short week, y'all were the victims, right? And y'all got crucified and everything. But this isn't Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. No. I just want to let you, and just in case y'all didn't know that's not this matchup. So it's okay to actually come out here and get your lick back versus everybody else. Sometimes like, yo, the bully knocked me out. So I just went over here and beat up this person that was smaller than me next to her. All right, just get your lick on somebody else. You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then build your way back up because you're going to see Cincy again.
We'll see
and that's
them
the beautiful part about it. You'll see them again. But in the meantime, get your confidence back up, man. How do you get it up? Sometimes you need a win. And sometimes it don't matter where it comes from. They're the next ones on the schedule. So it has to be this. But I'm looking at our secondary like, yo, you should feel good. You should be feeling like, yo, we got the better matchup in this. And then the flip side, if you're the Packers secondary, you like, bro, you mean to tell me, DK, you worried about Nixon? Is that's the one that got you concerned?
No.
Which one is it? Because Jair don't play there no more. You feel me?
I'm saying, what are we doing? Like,
their pass rush makes their secondary look good. Very.
Now that is true.
TaNeisha. Now, when we say that, TaNeisha, who do we usually say that for?
Us.
When we they pass rush make their DBs look way better. Boy.
Isn't it crazy? It's like we are them. We are a better version of them. Let me say this. We are a more mature version than them. Mm-hmm. That is how this game should go. Now, is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. It's never going to be perfect. I got it. Never going to be perfect. But when it's over, the things that have gone wrong can't be the things that just don't make sense to have gone wrong. Example, defense completely getting no pass rush except for in the first three plays of the game.
And then look, TaNeisha, just enough to make us feel like, oh, we're on to it. We found it. False alarm. We forgot.
Like for 3 quarters, you all literally didn't exist on defense. And then, and you know what? This is also a get back for that defensive line and those linebackers that made that secondary look bad. Because that, and I know a lot of people like wanted to roast the secondary. And listen, in my early understanding of football, I would have done the same thing. Okay. Because they're the ones getting balls caught on them. That sounds awful, but they're the ones. Okay.
I'm mature. I'm with you, bro. I'm here. I'm focused. We're good. It was just, wow. That caught me off guard a little bit. It's just a little heavy handed. That's all. It's a little heavy handed. Yep. We're good.
So because of that.
I don't want to be in that group. Okay. Just whatever that position, I don't want to play that position. Just please stay away. Whoa. Easy. You said it too. Let the record reflect. TaNeisha said that was not me. That was TaNeisha.
The way to work around that.
All right.
The way to work around that.
She's talking about my time. What I be sitting here. Well, I've been talking football talk. I just don't give me. No.
This is. You know what? This is why you don't argue with me, and this is because you never know what I'm gonna say, and then it's gonna go so far south.
You see, we got how to say. Here they got how it's like, yep, start to swell a little bit.
I was really trying to like articulate myself, and I'm like, and then after I said that, I was like, oh, that probably.
Yep.
We don't really want to do that.
And then I look at the chat, and of course, Leah's the first one. Bruh. I'm like, really, Leah? You just gonna add to it. Let me feel like I'm just being immature. Nope, Tom J. Dang, bro. I'm like, oh, all right. You're ready to say what I heard. Yeah, that just sound bad. I was like, that? Like, wow.
Not quite like I said it, but football. Maybe
I don't personally want that to happen. I don't even want to see. Yeah, that's bad. Just no, keep it away. Yep. There we go.
So, anyways, if you tune in for the show with me and Moats, you always know there's going to be something that I will say that is going to be completely the wrong thing. So my bad.
Okay. So the corners that were getting a lot of footballs caught when they were playing defense. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't their fault. They didn't want
it. Because nobody wants to have footballs caught on them. Rapidly in a short span of time. You know what I mean? It's like the feeling.
Okay.
Yep. There we go.
Hoping that their defensive line can interrupt the plays and make them better. And so I don't even know what the point was at this point, but we want the defensive line to play better. Okay, in closing, in my closing argument, I want the defensive line to play better because that wasn't it. And now I'm hot. Okay, so you got it from here.
So, I do agree though. In terms of the D-line, man, they played better. That makes secondary look way better. We know this.
Okay.
In the games where they have played better, we typically get out of them with the win. When they don't create pressure, though, it looks like Seattle. It looks like Cincinnati, and we know we can't have that happen again. So
Yes.
we on the same page with that. Definitely on the same page with that. Yo,
Yes.
you funny, man. You are funny. So I'm just glad, you know what I mean, to know that, hey, y'all
we know what we don't want. Okay.
Yeah,
now we
yes.
at least know what we don't want. Okay.
We know what we do.
Agree.
It's a lot that we looking forward to. We just not looking for that. All right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're all on the same page. And we're all on the same page. See?
There we go.
We brought it all back.
See?
We're
See?
good.
Now we back. Now we back. So I will say I got a couple matchups real quick. Let me get these off real quick.
Okay, do a better job than me because obviously. Oh God.
Let me get professional. All right.
Oh my God.
I'm focused. Because yeah, see, you said when the towel come out, that means I got a little, you know what I mean? I'm good now. I'm back. All right. So we know this week, man, whenever we're talking about the Packers, specifically on defense, we know it starts with the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. The reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, coming off of a 3-piece, realistically should have been 4 if you like the hip drop. Shout out to that. But yeah, Michael Parsons, man, he's coming in the season right now. I think it's 4.5 sacks. Him and Rashawn Gary tied, but they both going crazy. And he's the catalyst of it, though. And he likes to rush off of matchups. So sometimes you watch him on tape and you see him just versus a right tackle. Sometimes he's only going against the left. Sometimes he might go against the left guard, right? And we talked about the Cincinnati Bengals, who was going more up against the right guard. They figured it out. They kept with it. It worked for them. Who would have thought? So, who would have thought this one? Huh? But with that, though, if you're Micah Parsons looking at our offensive line, you're going to want to go against Broderick, right? Because you feel like Troy is still the more consistent of the two. We feel like interior part of our offensive line in terms of pass blocking, they do that well. Broderick is the guy. So for me, Broderick, this is the one where he has to continue to stand up. You obviously had a big test 2 weeks ago versus Myles Garrett. You got the layup when Trey Hendrickson didn't play, and you look good. So now it's back. All right. This one is a different type of animal. It's not all the way TJ Watt. It's not all the way Myles Garrett. It's a combo.
Yeah.
And he rushes like a madman. And that's a full day's work. We're going to help him out, but there are going to be times where he has to block this dude solo, and you got to win. You got to win. When you're fair share of him. Yeah. Don't let Rodgers get killed. But it starts there for me, man, because like I said, he's the one that can really wreck our day. He can make us have a bad day. And that's why he's compensated like that also. But then the flip side is this. If I'm going to talk about them having that guy, you know I'm going to spin the block on their right tackle, Mr. Zach Tom. Hello, fella. Whoa, you thought you was going to chill. Oh, nah, baby. You back. You healthy. You good. It's good to see y'all here, all right? Well, we happen to have a guy by the name of TJ Watt, who at one point this offseason was also the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. We like to fancy that we paid the right guy and they paid the wrong guy because we got the A. They got the B. So with that, we need TJ Watt to make this look like that. TJ Watt has to whoop up on Zach Tom more than Micah Parsons can whoop up on Broderick Jones, with all due respect to Broderick. All right. From there, though, we brought up your Texas Longhorn. Shout out to Matthew Golden. I like what he does, man. That dude can fly. Big speed, man. Big fan of him and how he's been playing this year also. Flip side is this, though. Jalen Ramsey did not have his best game last week. Facts. He told you that as soon as the game ended, you go back and watch the tape, and it was like, yo, some was matchup related. Some was also him related, meaning errors, right? Mental errors. Yeah. And that gets you beat also, especially when they happen at the wrong time. This isn't that, though. Matthew Golden, with all due respect to him, isn't Jamar Chase, isn't T. Higgins yet. He could develop into it. We will see. But today he's not that. Ramsey has to make sure that looks like that also. Ramsey has to play better, and he will play better. He is way better than some of the stuff that showed up on Thursday night, and he'll be the first one to tell you that, man. So to me, I'm interested and anxious to see that one because I know he's ready to get that. Got to get that bad taste out of his mouth. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Got to get it back. From there, though, they like to run the ball. They actually do stay balanced, though, and that's the funny part about them. And they have a good running back. Josh Jacobs is a dope back, but statistically this year, they haven't been dominant in that fashion. Now, you know you got to tread lightly when you start talking like that when it's us, because
I was just going to say, shut up. Don't even say that.
Stop me when you've heard this one before.
Stop right Like,
kind of all right running the football. It's more of a commitment than like actually good at it. But we will see.
Right.
Okay, we will
Right.
see. So all I'm gonna say is, Patrick Queen, just make sure you're tackling Josh Jacobs. You're gonna face him plenty of times, run game, pass game, whether they're dropping off to him in the screen game, dropping off to him on check downs, handing it off to him. You got to tackle him because he's way better than Chase Brown.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Chase Brown is not even in the same conversation, same classroom, same vehicle when you're talking Josh Jacobs, from my perspective. So, yeah, do what we're supposed to do. And that also goes back to the D-line talk. That is more on them. Interior D-line gaps. Stay in your gaps. Please stay in your gaps. Because, yes, stay in your gaps. Because, yeah, they, for some reason, decided that they didn't want to stay in their gaps. And that's what brings me to my fifth and final matchup. And, TaNeisha, I typically don't do these ones, but we got to talk about their center, Elgton Jenkins, who I think is a really good player. He's played left tackle. He's played guard for them. Now he's starting at center because of some of the injuries. But Keanu Benton, baby, this is the matchup. All of that explosive run stuff that we've hollered about when we talk about linebackers and this and that, he has to stay consistent with his gaps. It's the tape. The tape keeps showing that. And he shows where when he does do it right, our run defense specifically looks lights out. Absolutely. But he still is trying to find more consistency. And last week, Cincinnati, they hit on his inconsistent times.
Okay.
That's what we have to minimize because in all seriousness, like we said, Chase Brown, he's an NFL level running back. And that's why he was able to rush for over 100 plus yards on us, right? First time for Cincinnati, they even had that all season. Josh Jacobs is a way more elite version of that. So to give him some of the holes and rushing lanes that we were allowing Chase Brown to have, he'll hit you for 200 is what I'm trying to communicate. When we're looking and we're like, Chase Brown on occasion would make our secondary miss, right? He'll make a safety miss when he got to there. And it's like, yo, Chase Brown one-on-one with 15 yards of field inside. It's like, yo, that's a tough tackle.
Yeah.
Wait till it's Josh Jacobs, though.
Okay.
We're not even talking a 30-yard run. We're talking a touchdown. That's a 60-yarder. That's the difference. And that's why Keanu has to be in his gaps versus Elgton. And Elgton is a good player. He understands that. He understands all the veteran tricks of the trade. But
do you think that's our biggest worry or concern? Or is that one of the...
Defensively, yes. So to me, offensively, the big concern is Broderick holding up against Micah. And defensively is Keanu winning these A-gaps versus Elgton. Because PQ does an excellent job of when he knows is one back, one gap, meaning one running back in the backfield. Everybody on defense now has one gap that they're assigned to for the run. And you can literally line up in it. So that's why you'll see Patrick Queen almost like he's blitzing, running through the A gap, right? Yeah, right next to the center. Or you'll see Deshaun Elliott at times, right? Who's a pass defender. He'll even shoot through the gaps on the backside to make tackles for loss. And you're like, yo, how's D make these type of plays? And it's like, because he just knows the fit. They can't account for this right here.
Okay.
That all works if everybody stays in their gap. Now, when one person goes out of their gap, you got what we call, and this is in the football sense, two guys in one hole. It's never a good scenario. Okay. That's why I prefaced it with the football portion because I already knew how it would sound. Okay. But that is literally what we say. We're like, yo, two guys, well, this is never a good scenario. So
I would agree, by the way. I would agree.
Jeez. All right. So this is why you got to be fundamentally gaps out. Okay. You catch what we say right there. All right. So that's that. But that's literally what we had happen one too many times. I'm just going to stay professional with this. I'm not even irritated. Nope. So that's what happened too many times though versus Cincinnati. We had too many of two dudes, one, and yeah. So we need to make sure that we don't do that anymore. All right.
It's just YouTube glitching. Nobody knows what I'm saying anyway. It's fine. Yeah. It's YouTube.
There we go.
Yeah, it's fine.
Shut up. Yep. Because yeah. But when you watch it on tape and it shows, and I was like, yo, I remember why my coaches would say that. And then the more you watch it, you're just like, yep, nothing good ever happens when that's the case. Yep, it's bad all around. So there you go. All right, and that's my lesson for the day. Okay, so there you have it. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Cool.
I noticed the chat was talking about YouTube glitching. I'm like, oh, nobody will catch this. It's fine.
Yeah. Yep. That's perfect. Perfect. Don't you start that, Simon. Don't you start that. Leave it alone. We're good, Simon. Everybody was good. It's glitched up. Okay. Yep.
It's glitching. Everything is
Mm-hmm.
glitching. Everything.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know what y'all are reacting to. I don't understand. The other thing I will say that I didn't spend a lot of time thinking about, but it just hit me, is special teams. Have they done anything on special teams this year? I didn't even look at
Nothing
the kicker.
of significance, but if I remember correctly, Nixon, the corner, he also has some return potential. He usually does. Like I said, he was all pro. I want to say it was his rookie year as a return man. So he has some of that, but Matthew Golden is the guy that is going to get all the punt returns.
Okay.
And we know what that is. That's, I mean, big speed, fast. He can run. Don't let him get north and south, right? Make him stop his feet. But that's the extent of it. Nixon, though, like I said, in the past, he has been good, at least in the past. So we'll see with that. In terms of their kicker, it's McManus. He was in Denver for a while. Excuse me. Yeah, but he's listed as questionable right now. So we will see. They actually have another kicker on the roster. So I'm wondering how significant it is. Lucas Haversick.
Oh, okay.
So,
well,
yeah, so they have like I said, they have another guy on the roster. So I'm like, all right. And let's see, when did he last kick? So shoot, this dude actually was kicking. He kicked the past 2 games. He kicked versus Arizona and he kicked versus Cincinnati. So yeah, McManus is still actually injured. So this is the backup kicker right now. But he's been 4-4.
He's been the kicker.
Yeah, he's been 4-4. He hit from 61, and then he's 6 of 6 on extra points, and he's had 18 touchbacks this season.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Shout out to this is second year in the league too. Came out of Arizona. All right. Shout out to Lucas. Okay, Lucas. Shout out to you, Luke. Hey, look, your PhD is rubbing off on me. Okay.
Yeah, you did great. This is great. This. You know what? This is why I love this. You know, like you're just doing a little research. I'm learning a little bit about football. I'm learning how to say words that aren't supposed to be said. Everything is great. It's just
there we go. It's all good.
It's going very well. It's going very well.
We're learning a lot today.
We're learning a lot. The other thing is too, before we end, is we all know Rodgers played for the Packers for whatever year. Like we all know.
Right.
I like that he is getting this opportunity off of rest and he's at home and he doesn't have to worry about like going back to play in Green Bay and like kind of dealing with all of that. And so I'm excited for him. And I'm sorry, I like Aaron Rodgers. I liked him when we first got him. And I'm like, everything he brings, I like it. All the energy, all the fire, all the cussing out of people, all the annoyances.
It's a certain energy.
I love it. I just love it. I don't care. Like, even when people are like, oh, Rodgers, I'm like, who's your quarterback? Oh, okay. Yeah. You should be careful. So yeah, like I just want to acknowledge the fact that for him, this game is probably, I mean, he's Rodgers. He probably on some level doesn't care. And on some level, he cares a lot. You just never know with the guy. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of like see that for him. In these not transformer uniforms.
Hey, yo, these throwbacks are going to be fire. All right. I can't wait. I'm going to have my eyes on them. I'm going to be there. So I got to lean into it. I want to see it.
Look good together. Like, do you think it'll look better when they're
I want gold on gold. I want gold on gold helmets. All right. So we're going to have that element of this matchup. Got the lighter optics, right? Gold jersey versus the white jersey. So all of that's going to look clean and bright and different. But I don't know. I would be surprised. I'm coming into it with positive energy. Make me like it. All right. Make me like it. Hopefully.
Okay. I'll respect that because I'm kind of looking at it sideways. But did I lose him?
Oh no. Oh, I'm back. Did I come? All right. So shout out, man. Shout out technology. All right.
That's the sign. We'll take the sign. We got it. Right. Okay.
So last thing I gotta ask. All right, before we get up out of here. Vegas has us as underdogs. They got the Packers favorited by 3 points. Okay. Think they're at least 3 points better than us. Do you agree with that? I'm just because
okay. Do I agree with that? No. Do I agree with that after seeing what we did last game? Absolutely. I think we have earned that. I think that number is Vegas basically saying, I don't know what to do with this team. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think they're good. I don't know. So I'm just going to kind of, this is what we're going to do
Yeah.
because I don't know what else to do. And so I would have to agree until they show you something, until they show you some consistency.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
Yeah, honestly, I have a similar approach. It's like, as much as I wanted to be pissed, oh man, y'all got them. We had home. It's Rodgers. It's like, bro, did you just see what our defense looked like on Thursday night versus Flacco versus the
It
Bengals?
was
It's like,
so bad.
the Bengals aren't the Packers. We would all agree we think the Packers are better. Same way we would all agree we thought we were better than the Bengals until the game happened. And it's like, you lost. So here we are. So that part, I'm like, yeah, I respect that. And even though the Packers had an ugly victory, you know, my theory is like, how's it ugly if you won?
You won. Yeah.
If you lose, that's when
We
it gets
wouldn't have done
ugly. When you
anything for
win,
an ugly victory.
yeah. All
Yeah.
victories look pretty. It's like, oh, we won. Holla at it. Let's go, man.
Yeah.
We'll critique that later. Yeah. So that's what they kind of ride in on. So I'm like, I get Vegas, I get you.
Yeah.
But you know, if you try to have a good weekend and you're feeling good about the situation, all right, we getting some points. All right, we got extra points. All right, so you got some action right there.
Got some work to do.
I like it then. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
And somebody is laughing at me that I said they're Transformer uniform. That's what they look like to me.
Yeah,
I feel like when I see them moving,
man.
Yeah, I feel like when I see them moving, it's going to look like a Transformer. I don't know why I think that. I could be wrong. I just feel like there's so much going on. It's like me when I move. Don't I look like an animal?
Look, but shout out. You got the leopard print on. I see you rocking the leopard. I see the leopard.
Don't I look like an animal? So it's like anytime you have a lot of print, it's why I try not to wear a lot of print when I'm recording. Anytime you have a lot of print, it moves. And I think it's going to look like a Transformer. So when you're watching the game, think about me if you think it's a Transformer.
It would be like Transformer. TaNeisha. We see Transformer toss play. That's what I'm looking for.
Like,
I want the Transformer toss play to start it off. All right. My bad. Look, we got positivity. Okay, we can hit this positivity real quick. Justin Gordon just dropped a super chat. All right, shout out to Justin Gordon. I missed this a little bit earlier. All right, we're gonna give him a little love on the way out. He says, "Can Pat Meyer get this young offensive line to Super Bowl quality?" Now, I should treat this. Oh, ladies first. Absolutely, ladies first.
I think people are very hard on this offensive line. Can we trust your eyes? Trust what your eyes are telling you. When that game starts and you have anxiety and you're like, oh my God, are they going to be able to protect Rodgers? And then you see Rodgers having a very clean jersey. Trust that. Don't dive into the 2 clips that somebody could clip up in the I'm just saying, I think I don't know. I think this offensive line, now they're going to come out and make me look like a liar. But I think this offensive line, they're not as bad as people want you to think they are. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
He wants your opinion, but that's my opinion. And yes, I look like a cheetah.
Well, I would say we actually do agree. Before you came on the show, I was actually breaking down just the numbers of how many sacks we've allowed in comparison to some of these other offensive lines. And it's like, Rodgers only been sacked 9 times this year. When we start talking about some of these teams that we think have, dominant offensive lines or, their offense as a whole, it's like we started to read some of those names and it's, some of the who's are on those lists, whereas we're still sitting at single digits right now.
Yeah.
Heck, even in this matchup. So that's the part where we are improving. And I do think that they are closer to that than further away. The other part is this though, and this will be the last thing before we really get about here. When we won the Super Bowl, this would have been, was that 2005 roster?
Okay.
They O-line wasn't talked about as being nice or even being world beaters, right? Or excuse me, it was 05, because that's when Ben was like, hey man, O-line, man, what they gonna say about you guys now, right? And it's like, yeah, they still found a way. Heck, even when they went to the Super Bowl in 2010, I remember us playing against them in Buffalo, and the conversation wasn't that there was some dominant offensive line. It was, can you get Ben down? You're going to beat the guys up front, but can you get them down? So when I think of that, I find a lot more optimism in our group, and I do think that they'll be fine, man. But it's 1 week at a time. And that's what it is, man. We win this week, we'll have a way different perspective on them.
Yep, they got to keep going. And can we just say, they didn't lose on Thursday because of that offensive line.
That's it.
So say whatever you want, but they didn't lose because of them. And and they're winning. When they're winning, it's because of them. Because Aaron Rodgers is 40 plus years old and he feels comfortable running around behind those guys. Come on. Like, anyways,
that's
okay,
simple.
I'm done.
That's simple. So all good. But once again, always appreciate you pulling up on Victory Formation. Like I said, man, we're going to keep this going. And now we don't have any more long weeks. So we will be back talking on Tuesday, okay? And for everybody else, y'all want to see her sooner than that, y'all go to her channel and see it at Really Flow Football, okay? And if not there, she going to drop the reaction video also after the game. So she got action, okay? Y'all go see her, okay? She back. All right? So y'all hit the...
Are we live?